The following podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing said on the podcast should be construed as investment advice, nor should anything said be relied upon as the basis for any investment decision. Any reference to an investment's past or potential performance is not and should not be construed as a recommendation or as a guarantee of any specific outcome or profit. All opinions expressed by hosts or guests on the podcast are solely their own personal opinions and do not reflect the opinion of everymickle.com or any company affiliated with the hosts or the guests. Hosts and guests on the podcast may maintain positions in securities discussed in the podcast. Neither everymickle.com nor its affiliates or subsidiaries warrant the completeness or accuracy of the opinions expressed herein, and they should not be relied upon as such. Strategies and investments discussed may fluctuate in price or value and may not be suitable for you. They do not take into account your particular investment objectives, financial situation, or needs, and they are not intended as a recommendation to buy or sell any security mentioned. Speak to a licensed investment advisor before making any investment decision.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Dana, can you hear me? If you're talking,
Yep,
you mute
hearing
it.
you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was a mistake on my side. I could hear you before, but apparently you couldn't hear me. Um, I apologize to everybody for that rough start. It might happen a couple of times. Again, it won't. The space shouldn't quit again. You're on. So as you stay on, it should be fine. Dana.
All right,
Uh,
cool.
yeah. So again, evening everybody. I don't think I need to do the intro again. Then I was just making some good points around how people approach plays. I always say plays in case it's like an ultra beginner. Really, just the approach that you are going to make some money in the stock market by and you see something, right? I think the most common play on the market is probably an IPO. IPOs. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think, that I?
Okay, IPO results.
Yeah. Yeah, results. Results probably truly the most common, but IPOs the most hype.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the current thinking. When I say a play here, let me give you an idea. A play is literally just you buy the IPO and I sell it when my double my money, my triple my money.
Mm-hmm.
That's you looking for a play. So how you double your money? I buy the try not to say any IPOs because people are so sensitive. But I buy the one-on-one IPO. Look at that. That's my plan to make 100%, right? And so you buy the one-on-one IPO, and then you vex because you only get 2% of what you didn't get 3% of really what you applied for. So the play wouldn't work. But if you had gotten all your money and one-on-one did double up, then yes, if you sell it at $2, then you'd double up your money. That's a play. Another play is like uh, that stock split one with Fosrich. I don't know if that was the one you were looking for earlier than I when
Yeah,
you
stock split. Yeah.
So you kind of mentioned it earlier where the stock split was supposed to be the play for a lot of people. I don't know how many people I can tell you DM me, talk to me one away, tell me say that's what I'm doing. Even I had grow and at two growers, those both the split grow and at the main grower, the investment course. I had people who were telling me, "Oh, yeah, man, my plan was to XYZ off for the fast rich stock split." Even
Mm-hmm.
in my subscribers group, are people who tell me that their plan was to make X amount of profit, and I asked how they're making it. Oh, I'm fast rich. Okay, how are fast rich? The stock split, cool. Stock split happen. You make the profit, boy. No, and well, how no? Because
It happened.
it happened, right? The thing that you wanted to happen, the thing that you say you're gonna make the money off of, from happening happened, and I
It
don't.
all made the money you say I go make.
Yeah, for some
You
people
say I go
that's it
sell at
all.
50
Yes,
and could I do it, but you never do it. Why?
exactly. So it's crazy to me how many people have these points that they say they're going to make money from on the market, but they've never even slightly really thought about how the points work. And then I made a great point earlier. He made a point about how a lot of people they must hear somebody else talking about it. So a lot of people get into plays really. I heard somebody
Mm-hmm.
who I think is an expert talking about XYZ. Me hear Randy and then I talk about fast rich stock split on BrickTalk. So I buy fast rich for the stock split. What? What does that mean? Because fast rich is gonna do the stock split, and then the
Mm-hmm.
stock split happened. did you make the profit or not? Like how we approach a plays. If you want to make practical profit, how you approach a play is a exceedingly key thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've done an advanced grow on it, and when I was prepping for the advanced grow, I thought, this might be too simple. But then the deeper I got into, I realized, one, no, it's not too simple. Two, a lot of people are guilty of it. The loosest form is I buy a stock because somebody else tell me about the stock. I hear somebody else talking about the stock. But the a more common form is I hear somebody talking about the stock and I decide that I know a thing about the stock. So when I ask people about it, or I can tell you a lot of things around the stock as to why, blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
right? Fast rate stock split. Yeah, well, I mean, the shareholders voted for it at the AGM and they're doing a 10-to-1 stock split. And
And they have a new business line and them doing for JPS and tell everything.
yeah, man, they're doing PVC, and they have, yeah, like I said, they have a subsidiary or they have an associate company, and them give you everything. But the game that we're playing is not a game of can I repeat the most facts about this stock or this company.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what actual knowledge looks like. That's just data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're serious about making money on the market, you have to have that approach, that practical approach. And the practical approach is built heavily, 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 heavily on actually doing the thing and knowing the thing that you're doing and knowing the thing that you're planning to earn from. Like it seems so simple. We do it in every other part of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Digital giving away a free TV. How you get the free TV? Well, if them call you, you have to answer and say, big up Digicel. So you know the process of getting the free TV from Digicel. You are in the position to get it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On the stock market, boy, my double money. How my double money? Boy, made them a talk about SVL last week. So SVL, that is not the thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how much I get that. Just I mean, I have a first sessions on why we bought this stock. Like, figuring what was the goal before this. I want to know what going on with the client and how they were thinking, how they were investing before, or X, Y, Z. And a
mm-hmm.
lot of what I get is, well, I was in there because facts about the company. So what
Yeah,
you thought you were going to get out of this? Sometimes them have a number. Most times it's just, boy, facts about the company is one really good right now. And yeah, I expect that people will decide that these facts about the company mean the company is worth way more than it is than this. Well, you see it already. It's like an analyst tell you, instead of I think that you have to go into the fundamentals, quote unquote, or the numbers and tell you X, Y, Z. And tell you these things about the company and why it should be worth more. And yeah, it don't really work like that. That's like me saying Grace make money from remittance and thing there today, and then tomorrow the price should be at 150 because the same thing that's happening today that kept it at 100 or below for this whole long time.
yeah.
Well, people remove the people part of the market very quickly. I think a lot of
They
people really
remove
think
it.
this is magic. Like the
I
thing going
remove
move
it.
on, the thing going move on, whatever.
Yeah, I don't even think it's removed. I think it's just. Yeah, I think many people never considered it before. I think a lot of people don't have it in there. I know for a fact I've seen a lot of the conversations, especially the expert level, quote unquote expert level conversations, where it is not considered. You can tell that the person doesn't actually understand the market,
Mm-hmm.
um, because the person doesn't.
You can read financial statements
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
and
English.
yeah, yeah, right. It burns a lot of people. A lot of people get burnt that way in the stock market. And then they make accidental profit, which is the most dangerous thing because you have no idea why you really made the money.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling yourself why you made the money, but you don't really know why. And a part of you knows you don't know why. And so you don't know what to do. You get that feeling of being lost that a lot of investors have, not just new investors. New investors do not feel forlorn.
Oh
A
yes,
lot
it's
of
not a.
yeah, a lot of people in the market for a long time also have no clue why they've
Mm-hmm.
made the money they've made. That's why they say that long term is the thing. Why?
Yeah, because at some point this thing almost must have something great enough. And the company, it's funny, all those facts about the company eventually leads to this thing happening, and it blew up. But if you really check it, it's like, say you're in Fast Rich for, boy, I don't know a good thing, like you buy at IPO. And all the reasons you buy at IPO is really you buy at IPO, you don't be money, you don't want to sell it there. So you say, anything comes out for this, you're good. Right? You really sitting down to it and hoping and praying, say, do what I need to do. But now that it's at 40, or now it's at 40 after split and rights issue announced how long ago, and whatever rise before that, you're saying, boy, the long term really pays off. Because I bought Fast Rich in IPO, and it was 4 or 5 years before. But if I didn't sell it before I wouldn't get this money. But you don't really know why Fast Rich is where it is. But you bought that IPO, it's a good IPO for you, but you're afraid to sell, and you start invest for time. It's not, boy, eventually this will happen, or I'm looking out for this to happen, and then the reaction to it is this. It's, I was there long enough, and I stayed long enough, and money eventually came. But no, I'm a long-term investor. I'm going to preach that waiting for the money is the thing to do instead of, all right. If you had a full plan around and you did map, say, the first year anybody thing, they say, boy, first you stock split in 6 years, then yeah, you have something there. But if you were just chilling and you buck up and you say, well, yeah, you make the money, can't argue with that. But you have to understand that a lot of that might just be accidental. You never hear the conversations. When it's after the long term people, and nothing is wrong with being a long term investor. We're talking about, boy, people say them long term just for the sake of, okay, they say long term is better, X, Y, Z. That's what we're talking about. A lot of long term investors sit down and get some far out accidental profit. The conversation when they were entering the position was never around, I'm going to make X amount of money in X time because this thing is going to happen in X amount of years. It's really just, but they are still, me show up to the party and something must work out. Am I being heard? Yes, okay.
No, man, I'm hearing you.
Cool.
You're right. And what I wanted, because I don't want people to feel like it's just a berration. I want people to understand the point behind it, what we're saying, and also how to fix it, how you can do it in a practical way. How to move away from it in a practical way. But I don't want to be picking stocks here. As usual, I don't want to be picking out something unless I have a great interest in talking about it. So I'm strongly encouraging people to send a speaking request. Send a request to speak, and we can talk about a stock. Tell me about some profit you made, or tell me about something that didn't work out for you, and why you think it didn't work out, or why it worked out, and we can help you fix it. I mean, I think it's almost a free analysis session. It is not an advisory session.
Not advisory at all. We're talking about the
Definitely
past.
not an advisory session. But it is an opportunity to do something that I don't do for free or for a lot of people. And then I don't know. Well, I guess within a session, if somebody asks you specifically around it, they might get that. But it's an opportunity to have two pretty goddamn good investors on the local market help you with getting a lot better at making money deliberately on the market over whatever time period it is, whether it be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, or 2 decades. So send a speaking request, and we'll approve it, and we can talk about it. Tell us about a stock or a play that you made, whether it be good, bad, or ugly. A good one, you tell us why it was good, or a bad one and why it was bad. Or if you want to hear our opinion on why it was bad, or our opinion on what you think.
You're breaking up.
I don't know if you're still hearing me, but I think I've made the point that I'm begging people to come in and make us talk to them about it. Something that we don't usually give away this nice, this easily and this free. So
John, no, billionaire forward.
Oh wow. I see the first person. TJD876. What's up?
All gone, boss. All gone, Danai.
All gone billionaire. There you boss.
Nothing much.
All the billions.
Easy, The billions now go on it, one. Not yet. We are work on it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, man.
Right, boss. Alright, so you want to talk about what going?
Yeah, Randy that talk about like plays that people make or try to make or enter into plays and all of them things. Yeah, well, I really one-on-one with you want to talk about. That I one that it kind of a
About
little
it.
bit tricky. Well, to be honest, it never really tricky, but I always say buying is believing, and you know. But
I think I found one-on-one to be the most predictable one of
huh?
the thing. I found one-on-one to be
Yeah.
so easily predictable. After what I've said about it, I'm watching other things I've said come back.
And you know what the funny thing? I remember when it just come out and I look on the prospectus. And I say to myself, yo, Jano, you know, so me not like that IPO, yeah, God no, cause for me, it's like, you know, the amount that were put aside for reserve, and me they just see it as an opportunity for people like some of the people them on the reserve, you know, getting the units and doing the same thing where most people are planning to do with the IPO, you know. So I was looking at it and say, all right, cool. Some of them people here probably get a couple millions of units. I know the Sagicor people them they get 450,000. I think them did say. So each employee of Sagicor Investments apply could I get up to 450,000 base or whatever it was. And me I look upon it and me I say, yo, you know, me get the opportunity for put in 450,000 in that and double it, and I might be able to get some on the market, you know. I probably don't want to flip that too and then buy lower. So me I look on it and me I look on the reserve them, and from day one, brother, the first thing that trick me, I say, you know, so I'm afraid of the IPO, yeah, because I just feel like say by the time it got to 2, most people are gonna say, all right, enough people are gonna look for say boy, the other IPO them as a Randy say recency bias. Most people are gonna look on the $3 them and I say, yeah man, I'm gonna sell at 3. So then you're gonna have some people now probably saying enough people are look for sell at 3, so I'm gonna sell lower. You know? So really have
So you're afraid of the IP apply the same way?
huh?
You apply
Of
the same
course,
way?
because the end of the day, how
So
low it gonna go.
what was the play?
So if
What was the play for
huh?
you?
Well,
What was the
the
play for
play
you?
never work out. And that's something did really I get.
Just tell me the play, man.
Yeah man.
Yeah, man. Tell me the play.
All right. Basically, the plan was to basically try get some uh between anywhere from 135 up to $75, right? Yeah, me did that try one.
Oh, you're trying to buy on the first,
Huh?
right? You're trying to buy it on the first couple of days after listing.
Yeah,
In the first the first 3 days after listing, you're planning to buy there.
yeah. With the attempt to get some.
Uh-huh.
But after I apply for the IPO, you know, I know say the allotment was going to be very small. So I decided to boy I'm gonna try get
What was
some.
your thing though? What was your
To
allocation?
be honest with you,
If you want
to be
shares.
honest with you, I have
Uh-huh.
$5,000 I apply with each of my account.
Love that, love that, love that,
5,000 I
love that,
apply.
love
Each account $5,000.
that. Love that. Makes
Yeah,
sense, makes
yeah.
sense.
Because
Cool,
we done
confident,
the
confident.
calculate of that already. And funny enough, you know, I think dollar was 14,000 applications, them say. Yeah, and then me I said to myself, say, boy, funny enough, you know, I did calculate it at 15,000 applications, and then funny enough, me hear people I say Kalila say, boy, after the whole thing, Kalila say, oh, 15,000 applications. And I say, whoa, that weirdy. What a coincidence. Because I mean, me did just say, all right, dollar 14,000. Enough people probably hear about, you know, this new thing where you can go just open an account and put some money in and triple your money. So me I expect some more people are gonna apply. So I just say, all right, 15,000. I say, all right, you know what, $5,000 for each one of them application here. So me did end up get that amount and made it cool. But the plan was to try get the shares early. I was trying a new strategy to try and get early, but this new strategy never worked. So I made have to revert back to the old one. And that did kind of take up some time and maybe end up get down far
What's
into
the
the
old
queue.
one?
Huh?
What's the old one? What's the old
Um
strategy?
well, it's just a way for me to try and get the shares early in the market by placing the order early. But it's the same thing, but it's just a way how I do it. Yeah, so it's just a way I'm gonna do it. But I was trying to be a bit faster. So I try a different method and that method never works. So me have to revert. So it basically slow me down about a minute or so. And you know that.
Me and Randy talk. We say thing there every week. We talk about boy the IPO thing that try to get early in the market. It not gonna work out.
Yeah, well, it's a thing where we talk about and thing, but that was just something say, you know, me decide to me go try. You know?
I go try.
And
Throw the
Yeah,
dice.
eh?
man. Yeah.
Try look.
Well, really and
Gotta
truly
roll
when
the
it come
dice
to that is a
sometimes.
luck.
Yeah,
And
that's what me
speed,
see too.
yeah. So it's really
Yeah, but
I
them
don't
two
play games
things,
like that.
Randy I say?
money and
The luck own I don't play luck only games.
Randy I say something but him kinda break up.
In low, chop out.
Yeah, I want to tell you say a pizza out, me sit down in here wait pan. And
Makes
this is
sense.
something I go call in, yeah. But the plan was to just try get some early on the market and then sell it back at a higher price.
So you were to buy one between 135, 175. What's a higher price? Then, you know you can't do that one.
Well, when me did get the delay, I say, all right, cool, me buy a 228, you know,
I say,
and go against.
original plan. Tell me the original plan. You wanted to buy 135 to 175 and sell where?
Well, I was looking to sell at about 250 or so
All right.
before the
So the
three.
plan mash up and you never get the units at 135,
Exactly.
175.
Yeah. Somebody did say, all right, go buy some at 228.
228
Yeah.
for what? What price we sell it for?
Well, to be honest with you, it was an on the spot thing. I'm say, all right, cool. I'm gonna try and make 10% after this. So it was
So 228,
yeah.
you know, 10% on 228,
Yeah.
What that?
Hold on, let me check it first.
Okay. So that's funny, because you're the
242.
one doing the planner, so you never know where you're going to sell it at. You don't say 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hope my money J8
242.
even at 10%.
242.
Hold on, repeat.
242
Yeah, somewhere around it. Well,
Yeah.
with fees and thing, you know.
with fees.
Yeah.
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 So that funny talk, how you end up decides it. You go buy and get 10%, but you don't know when you're going to sell it.
No man,
So
then
did you buy
at that
228?
time I sell time, you know, the 10%. Would have been my way out. So
Or
once
you
we
don't know
get the
10%.
10%.
If you don't know the 10%, if you don't know the 10% price, you go sell at
No
10%.
man, that gone already. Gone already done. Man. We can't
So
remember that.
if
Me only
you
remember
buy
say me
a
did say
220,
10%, but me just remember how much the price was.
gotcha.
But
And did you get that 228?
officially, I wanted me just make up. Me did just make up the figure in the first place. So when I bought, if I did get it anywhere between the 135 to 175, would I sell at 250.
All right, but you get thing then.
And
So you
then the
get you want
228
228.
now,
You get 228.
me have to check. I mean, I remember. Hold on.
You don't remember if you get the stock. You buy one on one. You bought after though. End up buying after.
Yeah, man. But me did end up getting at the two
Price.
range. Hold on. Let me check it first.
That's a big rate. Oh.
Me know here.
You hear what happening? You're the funny thing. Tav, I don't know if you can hear. Dana, you hear me?
Yeah, man. I hear around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Funny thing is, Tav doing more work than most people usually do. And he's still not even do the actual precise work what needed. Because you say you buy it now at the two range. Where if a 10% here look is supposed to remember exactly what you get it for.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
yeah, if you did sell it for the 10%, you don't know. Have you sold
Bro,
it for the 10%?
He could have get
Randy.
out at 242 on the same day.
Randy, the whole point why me I talk now is because the play never work out.
Right, yeah,
But
yeah,
at
no,
that
we
way I
get
get
that
to
too. But man, I say, why didn't it work out? Why didn't it work out? What did or did you not do? What did you do
Yeah.
or not do that made it not work out? As you
The
see.
first one, the 135, 175. What do you think go wrong?
No, me just couldn't get no shares at that point because we did it the order did it down too far in the queue.
All right, early out. What made you think that you'd have got it? Because
You
unlike
get
most
units. Why
people,
you think that work
yeah,
out for you?
you listen
It's
BrickTalk
heavily
every
luck
week.
based thing. Why you think
Yeah,
that work for you?
you listen BrickTalk every week. You hear me say, yo, you're not getting no shares in the first few days of the IPO. No one is. You're not getting it on day one. You're not getting
Am
it
I
on
on
day
that?
two. You might get it on day three. You might get it on day three. You might get it on day four, but you don't want it on day four. And you're not buying it for three. You're not buying a $1 stock for $3 on day four. Not because I'm saying that you shouldn't or it's a bad idea. I'm saying most people, from what I have seen, won't do that. They'll say they'll do it, but they won't actually do it.
Yeah.
So Tom saying that plan to get it early, but in the too far down the queue. Yo, that's a common thing to Dana, especially nowadays where everybody get on WhatsApp, them get what if it's a $1 stock,
They get the halt prices.
yeah. Me see it all I get tweet out what the hard prices are, and I'm like, yo, that is so. It's nothing that is dangerous. It's that you waste time and I feel it disappoints people. For appointment because it gives them the impression that
these are the prices I'll get it at if I want it.
Exactly.
And then I'm going and not get nothing.
I'll say it again. Early on, for anybody who have an IPO play, if your IPO play is to put a whole heap of money in, apply with a whole heap of money, so you can get a whole heap of shares, that part, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And it shouldn't work. The market has evolved to the point where it's not going to work, and it shouldn't work. You shouldn't want it to work either. The second thing is if your play is, I'm going to apply with 10 accounts, that's very quickly going to stop working. Yeah, I feel like we're at the point in the market now. I feel like we're on you can mark my words on this. I've said it privately, I've never really said it publicly. We're getting to the point where that is not going to work anymore. All right, they're going to start putting steps into to prevent that from going anywhere, which has been done in the past. Fontana, did Mailpat?
Fontana, I think Fontana was the last one or the big one. I remember like SOS was also a big thing.
Yeah.
And how they did the allocation. People that bought, man.
Exactly. And the allocation methods are you're going to start having the ones where people don't care about having a big number to say, oh, we're oversubscribed by X. That don't really matter. Or if you can still get the praise. You can still say you got 15,000, 16,000, 17,000 applications. And
you clear
exactly. You won't say that we threw 10,000 of them out.
Yeah.
But so that's very quickly not going to work. So it means that if you're going to have a strategy towards making some money, your strategy your play has to actually make sense. You actually have to have the reasons why it's going to work. If Tab they come back and talk about what he thinks could have worked in that case, but while we wait, if somebody else wants to send a speaking request for a good play, a bad play. Okay, so Tab, yeah, we're hearing you. So you said the first play where you're trying to get that one little bit, it never worked. The second one, what were you trying to get it at?
228.
228.
Did that work?
Well, I did not check on work.
What are you planning to sell it at? The 10% you're trying to sell it at?
Now check this out. Let me get it at the 228.
What if we get him traded? We'll make it this month. Someone trading you this month out?
Listen me now. No, man. Brother, what yesterday, my brain power heavily worked right now, you know. The other day, I pick 1 dozen mango off of 1 tree. And say, I go for 1 box to put the mango them in and forget the mango them around it. 1 dozen mango. A 2 day after me go to the store and I open the store and I see when I employ them, I pick mango. And like my brain has said to me, say, but Tav, you never pick some mango out there where you put the mango them. So I say, same time I say to her, I say, Miss Shireen, you see some mango in the shop? She said, Tav, I feel mango them this in a wheelbarrow, I put the mango them, brother. Dry up and shift up like all man.
Yeah, maybe they were right. Maybe the JC isn't ready for shorting.
It's a time I left the screen. Come back 2 months later and realize him stuck a fly.
Everything wipe
All
out.
right. Hold on. All right. So, and I never put an order for 228.
Jano, so you put it for.
But it was 235.
Oh, so yeah, cheers. You say me I want 228 now, I go through, so I got 235. So what was the plan when you bought that?
Because I was looking at it and saying that
I got 3.
it's about no man, the first halt. The first halt
Oh,
was
you
going
wanna,
to
But
you
hold
wanna
on, no,
people
that can't work.
understand
235, there's no
the breaker.
235 on the same day at 228 can go through.
hold on. Oh, it'll be 232 no.
232.
It'll be 232.
And fees, I think
That's
at 235. Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
So you buy the second half. You buy after the thing. You buy after the first half.
After the first halt, yeah.
And then the furthest it goes is 250. But you're looking still looking 10% and thing there at 235.
10%.
How much that?
Yeah.
How much money
Well, when me did say, where's the other?
how much should I sell it at for 10%? For the price of 10%?
Well, about 252.
259. 259.
And that do include
Yes.
fees.
That's not fees. Yeah, boy, start the wires cross, man. Yeah. And it not touch me near that.
No man. I'm not biased, man. I remember my number, man.
Now I say wires cross.
No man, I remember the figure them.
I will tell me
Yeah.
something.
I would have checked my money.
Did you sell anyway? Did you sell in profit on that 235? You sell above or 230 or above or below?
No man, I sell below because I end up decide say, boy, I'm gonna just take the money and go back into the main stock where I did invest.
Oh.
Oh, so you pull some stuff from you pull some money from the main stock, go over some use it and then come back.
No man. No.
When the wife is listening to that.
No, me never think never. me never pull no money from the stock, man. That I did fresh cash.
The fresh cash never go to the main stock. You go to this instead. And then you go to the main stock. So you get brand new things. They bring go matey no workouts. So you bring and what left go to wifey.
Yeah, that not sound good.
Boy, not sound good at all, you know. But Jano, that rough.
That not sound good.
Wait till wife start asking how you really carry the mango them go get.
Boy, triple up mango.
Well, a good thing she did there. A good thing she did there for 6 months. So she can't say nothing. Yeah, so really and truly tell you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no man, it's really that play. Me didn't want to talk about still and it just show.
You could have done it better.
It just work up and so. Of course, because you know the funny thing about it.
Tell me how you could have done it better. Tell me the funny thing and tell me how you could have done it better.
Alright. Let me tell you with that thing. Me the plan to stay away from day one. You get to me, I say? And then I go against the plan. Because as I say, from the prospectors come up, brother, I see it. I say, yo, you know, whole heap of flippers that will get in from the reserve here. And them are gonna have this whole bunch of shares to sell. And them are gonna basically in a war with each other to sell off them shares. You get me? Because seem like how regular people will just sign up for them account, decide to them are gonna jump in at this, get some shares and sell back. You probably have some investors who are getting on the reserve planning to do the same thing. You get me? So I don't decide out. I'm totally good.
Quite a few. Also the fact that you raise the point a lot of broker employees. A lot of broker employees.
End up with reserve enough money shares.
Yeah.
Those guys don't care.
Yeah. I said something around the dollar IPO. That, believe it or not, a lot of people be surprised that a lot of people that work in brokerage houses, dollar was the first time a lot of them invested. Or the first in a long time a lot of them invested. And that means you have to think about it as a set of people, human beings who a set of human beings who would have heard a lot of people come in for a whole heap of other IPOs, hear them talk about flip, see the whole heap of money them make, see it in them brokerage account, but you work there and you never do it yet. Because you're more technical, you're not into the foolishness, very, very. Along comes a dollar IPO.
And we can
And
get
that's,
enough.
yeah, man, you can get enough. And it is something that, as much as it's an IPO, it sounds more, I don't want to say up to it. It sounds more technical, Oh, I can speak about it in the money. It's almost like you're talking about banking, much it sounds very technical. So a lot of more skeptical people who work in houses would have been very okay putting their money in dollar. So a lot of them put their money in dollar. And as we saw, if you are a flipper, dollar worked out pretty handsomely for you, right? And then right after that comes one-on-one. And so everybody who maybe did make a money off dollar, plus everybody who see other people make money off dollar and they miss it, here comes a chance for me to not miss it, right? And yeah, I like that you identified that early. That's a simple but powerful point that you've identified early. Being able to see the likely early outcome based on the reserve pools, who the reserve pools are for, how the reserve pools are set up. That's a good thing that you realize there.
But then we end up turn around and go against the whole plan. But we did have to just stay out from day one. And one of the reasons why
I
I
think you're
actually bring it
conflating
up.
though.
Huh?
Why you went in anyway, right? But is your going in and it not working out tied to the thing you were apprehensive about in the first place? I don't think so.
As I say, still, I just decide to go in because it's going to basically be almost unpredictable because of the volume. Yeah.
No,
but
move
past that.
Move past that.
Think about it this way. You decide, say, you walk home, I have the long way where you usually take, I have a shortcut you can take. You take the shortcut. You never dare take the shortcut. You decide, say, I'm not take the shortcut. Granny say shortcut draw blood. So I'm walk the long way. You change your mind and take the short way anyway. Because, oh yeah, a mango tree there on the shortcut way. But the mango they might be,
Probably
might
have
want,
too nice.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you take the shortcut. When you go up on the shortcut, the mango tree did bear. And so you take a stone and you fling after the mango. You fling it straight up and it comes straight back down and bust
right
your
up in the head. Blow.
But then you say, but then you say,
and then you say you should not take the shortcut.
I should not take the shortcut. Yeah, but the problem wasn't taking the shortcut. The problem is the method you use to go after the mango.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I'm really come on to talk about it still, Randy, because it was aligned with the topic that you guys are basically discussing.
Yeah, man.
Going into plays and not truly understanding the play.
Yeah, man.
You get
no,
me?
it's a good thing.
That's
So
why I'm bringing it up.
I'm agreeing with you. So I'm saying that's one of the first things
man.
that you have there. Like, don't blame the fact that you went into the thing as it being bad. Yeah, you already made a decision to, okay, I'm going to go in there. You must have thought there's some opportunity there. But how you go after the mango is now very important.
Truly understanding section.
Yeah, man. And the method of going after the mango. You notice Dana and I keep asking the same question. Okay, so how much you buy it for? So what you did a plan to sell it for? Them little question there is not just you alone.
I did allow it for change. Even though if I did done decide say me I go plan to sell it for 250. And that was if me feel like it could have go higher, I would have wanted more profit. So if I think it could have go 280, that would have been my selling price. But at the end of the day, I didn't get it at a lower price. So then the 10% would have basically work out at a higher price than the initial 250 where we would have planned to sell for in a day one.
Interesting.
So that alone is a reason.
I was going to ask what you thought.
I
was going to ask what you thought the full movement would be, what the height it would be. Because if you're expecting 250 it must go at least 250. But then you plan for a price higher than 250 at the end of the day. I found that part
the plan
interesting.
was that because I was expecting a lot of people to think that to want to sell at 3. So I say, all right, and then you go want to have somewhere sell at 290. To beat the people, we probably go want to sell at 3. You see me? So that's why I did really decide to make go work this one. But as you know, other people are going to think like that also.
No, I wouldn't say that one at all. I just find that interesting. That so the thing you were running from at the start, meaning the heavy sell down because of a lot of things there. We call it reserve class people. I find it interesting that you look at that. So the thing that actually beat you was tied to that.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're planning, but in the initial plan with $3 being, you think $3 is a peak. Where you think 290 might be a good possibility for a peak, but 290 and 3 out of the question on the basis of boy that reserve class is too heavy still. Everybody will sell at a certain point.
Yeah,
so what I'm saying. So you set yourself up. You end up betting on the thing that you're running from.
Yep.
Okay, it did actually go to 250. But you end up, the first part of the play never work out, and then you slap us a new play, trying to do the same. You don't have to buy the same stock. Yeah, if now you're at a point where you can't predict it, then you don't have to buy the same stock. And I understand
that's why that's why I say from me to get it at that price, it should have been a basically red flag, because the end of the day the goal would have to definitely move. Which would have been the sell price, and we know how that go already with basically changing the goal.
Your goal starts shaky.
Yeah.
Buying at 135 to 175. What a range.
Yeah.
From saying at 250. So is it that 175 is where you actually want it, but you take it before? And I said that's okay. But then in my head, if that 135 is damn hard. I would really only try for a thing there. In fact, 135 is not on the roster. Which 135? 131, then it halts to 132, Randy.
Yeah,
there's no 135.
Yeah.
You really should not be looking at 135 at all. I'll say 172, and 175 not even on the thing there. If we factor in the halts, is 172, 175. Yeah, so 175 sure. But if you were trying to go for 135, then you're out of the game already.
Yeah, I didn't put an order for 135 still. When I checked not too long ago, I realized that there wasn't a buy order at 135. So it actually started at 172.
What did you put the buy order for?
172.
Okay.
I start to feel like you're thinking as well. Like you're running on the play without. It sounds like you're the things you're saying now. I feel like you're not remembering them the way as how you think that. Because 135 wouldn't be the conversation.
I don't, no man, because what happened now is that they end up, I mix up the play them. I end up mixing up with
another
like
you were working with the thing there, the halt price, that same halt price side of the situation.
No, brother, no man.
Why that 175?
Alright, let me tell you.
No, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong, though. It only makes sense to work with the halt prices if you're buying. If I want to buy first dates, and you expect the halt every day, then the halt price is that we have to work with, though?
Well, what I usually do is place the order before the first halt. Because I know that most people going off of the list with them tip on Twitter. And
sure,
that's how I usually do.
I'm not changing what I'm going to say just now. Yeah, so
no, not necessarily, yeah. But basically, that's how I usually do it. In order to get the units, because majority of the orders are coming on the maximum trading price for the day. That's where majority of the buy orders usually are at. So I usually place my orders for the first halt and try to be as quick as possible.
The first halt I try to go for? That's interesting.
No man, but that always work. That always work for me.
Except when
it always work for you?
Except for this time. Except for 1-on-1. Except for
Except
one
when
on
it
one.
doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So it
And
is that
it
spiritually.
come back to the whole change in the marketing. Well, no, spiritually was where I learned it because them time them did just start invest.
So do it for dollar,
Yeah.
learn, JFP.
Yeah. No, me never got JFP. Me never touch JFP none at all.
So it worked twice.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's all like nothing about it. That's all like.
okay, you understand that? You see what Danaido's point out? You see how always suddenly
Well,
come
me
down
saying
to
always work
right?
and it come down
I
to
know,
two.
I know. But then the context for always is that you never tried it a lot. You got 2 in 3. You never tried it a lot. And it worked out.
It worked for me the 2 times and I decide say alright.
Yeah, but 2 in 3 is a very small. 2 in 3?
Yeah, man.
Like,
You know
boy.
what that sound like? You know that sound
Right.
like? That sound like me see a dog run across the road and so me play that and I got the man playing a cash pot today.
Uh-huh.
And then me buy cash pot every day after that for like 4 months. And it never work. And another day me see a white man and I play white man at work and me see how that always work for me.
Yep.
But it actually always works.
No, it didn't. It always worked. So
It's just that
every time before now that you try. Yeah, but the thing is, things work until they don't. And that's a big problem. If you can't evaluate it outside of that is what worked the last time, you are in a problem.
You know what the funny
as I
thing
say,
is,
everything different, every stock different, every company different. People can react to things different. People, in fact, you looked at the dollar prospectus, at the one-on-one prospectus, and decided why it's different and the thing that's going to cause X, Y, Z. And then you do the same thing you do the other times, despite this time being different. That don't make no sense. You tell me what you point and decide saying why you're not going there, you know? And the thing that you're running from is the exact thing that you go there, profit was there, but the thing that you're running from, why you wouldn't touch it in the first place, is the exact thing that bites you. But you were doing the same things as last time. This time.
Yeah. The thing about it, Dan, I hope that discussion, this starts in our people's ears still, because what we are talking about is a thing where it's really on point with the topic that you guys are trying to discuss, and I know a couple people well listening, and I hope them understand where really are going.
Me too.
Yeah, me three. A whole heap of people have the same. Yeah, tap. I'm happy that you pointed this out. It is a very common thing. Like you have like 4 or 5 different errors in there that those errors are very common errors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, including I spotted something that I thought was dangerous for X reason, but then all of these people, no, not because of the hype around it when it get closer, the FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Yeah, Randy, nothing there. Randy, chip out.
Yeah, sorry, I
mean chip
realized.
out.
No, it's on my side. You hearing me now, Danai?
Yeah, hearing it, go through.
Yeah, man. I just saying for Tab that it might Tab look like him drop off, but another thing that I think might have affected him was the FOMO.
Yeah, IPO can't miss that one.
Exactly. Him see it, him jump, him decide him avoid it for a certain reason. But then when the actual date comes, suddenly it's attractive to him because him think him can make X in it, right? And it's so attractive that he forget all of the danger points that him himself identified earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man ignoring himself. for
Yeah,
chase
man.
something, and then the plan stopped work. So he build up a plan immediately, and the plan he build up was half plan, and then he build another half plan on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. In
And
realize,
in
you know,
all
I
of
mean,
that, him leave before the point him could have made the money. And besides, this thing, don't know, make no sense. Him leave at the peak, and never come back. Him go somewhere else because I'm done with one-on-one bird, I'm done. Instead of,
yeah.
how can I make money out of this thing?
And it's a whole heap of people. That's another common thing that a lot of people lose out for, you know. It,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, it might have been just because, I guess, flipping was not as, I said not as, but when Fesco IPO, there was the same thing. For a long time, Fesco was a failure, quote unquote
Mm-hmm.
failure.
Yeah, man,
It's
we
just
can't
because
flip
of,
this. Only
yeah,
this me get, not even, not even thing there. You barely get a 50%. Boy, this thing
yeah,
are rubbish. And it's funny. I heard people laughing. People made it like Fesco rocks, and I was wondering what the hell is going on.
yeah. But simply because it never give them the 100% immediately that them want. They
Uh-huh.
never give them the 200, 300. They never triple up quick and fast. And there's another lesson in that because the people who found a way to benefit from that truly benefited later on. Let's go to
Mm-hmm.
one now. It's over 5 again. I think this week it went
Yep.
over 5 again.
So I'll trade at 6 at least once today. Couple times yesterday.
Word,
Yeah.
word,
Yep.
word. Yeah. So
Imagine.
that I think is a common thing that people do. Another thing I noticed is that imprecision. People want to make this whole heap of money, but
Uh-huh.
they're not very
So they know
precise with what they're
exactly how much
doing.
money they want to make. But the play now, the play not sound far from exact.
Exactly, not match it at all.
I've seen like I've had conversations where a man say I make a 40% this time from this play, and then you ask the same thing. Why I was jumping into the tough things, cause he do the same. I thought he was doing the same thing where I want 40% from it. I'm gonna buy at 270 and sell at 3. And so I start to put my finger them start count. And I said, that's not 40%. So you want 40% from this thing, and you want but the actual movement you're buying into is 15%.
Yep.
I'll start
I
feeling
not,
crazy number. Like there's no way. Like,
yeah,
it just don't add up.
yeah.
Pretty
It's
common.
very very common where the action not matching the goal. It's funny also where a lot of people tend to decide on their own what they decide what is required for a certain level of profit, regardless of what is actually tried.
Uh-huh.
Um, I try not. Let me
And
link
start at
this.
the baseline. The baseline for them is I don't know. But then they build a lot of things on top of that. I don't know. Like they start deciding. Like I said, it's a decision they make for them for how the thing actually work. But they start that I don't know. I haven't checked, but I saw it go.
Exactly. Yo, the last grow, I laid out a play that over the last, I want to say 3 or 4 months, has returned in aggregate over 100% profit on a quote unquote failure stock,
Uh-huh.
right? One of those stocks that I mean the company doing all right, the company doing well if anything, but
Mm-hmm.
um, nobody is thinking of it as a good thing. And if you ask
Mm-hmm.
any of the typical people about it, they'll tell you that it has not. Also, I'll tell you the usual noise about the company being good. They tell you that the stock has not provided that. And I realize that most people don't actually know what a successful play looks like. They don't have an idea in their mind of what a profitable play actually looks like. So them don't know it when them see it. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they will say it out of their mouth that they're looking for the thing, but because them don't really know what that look like, you see them even make moves to get the thing and then stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's enough for that I see. Going back to that first rich stock split thing, which is not that's not the thing that I showed at the last bro. The next person said that speaking request. If anybody for the rest of the night that we're on, if them talk about that stock, I will lay out what the thing was. So I guess you can call it a competition for tonight. If the person who sends the speaking request, if the stock that you talk about is the stock that I laid out the thing about, I will explain it and say because over 100%, and I see it happening again in the same exact stock over the next few, let's say the next few quarters,
Mm-hmm.
and it happens under the radar for everybody. Um, but going back to the first rich point, it's like something you also mentioned that idea of the stock split, and a man will say, "Yeah, I'm doing I want a 30% profit," and so then buy the first rich at X price, and 30% means that they would have to sell it at maybe 40 or 39 or 40 or 41.
Instead of actually 30% amount.
But no, hold on, no, hold on, no. But no, the 30% they're looking for is achieved at maybe 39 or 40 or
Uh-huh.
41, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it gets to 41,
Ah.
and then it gets to 42. And like in the case of Fast Rich, post split, it went as high as what, 51 or 52?
Mm-hmm.
And then them say, yo, this thing failed. And I'm like, but I don't understand. The profit you say you wanted occurred at 39 or 40. And the thing went as high as 51 or 52. I've forgotten which one it was. So you're more
50,
than
yeah,
get your
50 something.
profit.
Yeah.
You're more than got your profit. Why were you still in?
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Or,
no
or just
answer.
even I never really know the split work. I think you don't know the mechanics, the things the things of how a split is executed. You never, ever, ever check that. So, and as I said, and you're very right about that. It go 41. The thing, all people bought was at a place where, yo, this like I'm in profit. I never know what happened, but I'm hearing stock split rights issue, blah blah blah. But what I was there for is what I have. And they're 40 and then with the 50 and then boy, I never know stock split work. It very, very boy. I've been hearing that one a specific stock for weeks now. And it's a lot of, I've gotten a lot of, I was given a lot of, yeah, man, I know it work.
Yeah. And then there's the no, sorry, keep going then.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but no, go shoot.
Yeah, I just thinking then there's the also that another dangerous thing that Tav mentioned. It always goes so. Yo,
Yeah,
that
man.
word always dangerous, you know, man.
That one
Every
sometime. So that
yeah,
one time, two times up to the top one, it always goes so. I try 2 times, it work 2 times, it always work.
I mean, as you know, a whole heap of people for them always start at one.
Uh-huh. And ask them why it always work. Ask them why it goes so. I can why? You know the striker them, the one they must say, oh, me I go be the striker. I'm gonna learn this thing more day trade and every day more. And then tell me about the thing happening within a band over the last 4 months. And the stock always goes back from it always go back to this price. In my head, I ask same time, why? What's happening there that's causing it? Because you have to know if it's ever going to stop. You have to know what stopping will look like so that you're not doing it one day and then with all your money and it stop working.
Yep.
And people watch things happen without their influence, meaning they never put their buy, they never put their sell into the mix. So the thing that happened a lot. It was happening because nobody else was there, right? The amount of people that were there, you know what was happening? That's why it's happening. So the last 4 months, everybody that trade a stock say every day is 2 trades really going for this stock. But everybody that was there either sold this much above or bought this much below, something like that, right? So you see the heavy erratic movement, and him say it always goes so. But in the moment me come out with my money I want it stopped work.
Yep.
Because boy, okay, the person that was selling now, that's too much to sell to. Or whoever else, there's nobody to sell at. It just stop work now. Because one, either I come in and stop work, or I never know why it go on, so But I'm just here now. It must work again because it worked for the last 4 months. Not knowing that it could have just be a 4 month thing. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
very, very, very common. It
Yep.
always goes so. So I'm gonna decide, I'm gonna think that if you don't know why it goes so, then think of the things that always used to always go so a couple years ago. Like I think reaction to results, say 2017, 2018. was
Yeah,
more a sharp reaction to results was more common.
yeah, good results have gotten a weaker reaction,
Uh-huh.
a weaker limited, not limited, a weaker near-term reaction. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yes.
yeah, yeah. You're right. 2017 them times. I mean, a company put out triple, tripling its profits, 100% upon its profit, and
Uh-huh.
you get a whole lot more of a reaction. No, the reaction to good results is even weaker,
Mm-hmm.
even weaker. And it's funny how the views on that are. I don't look on that as a bad thing. It's just a thing. In fact, it makes sense.
It does. But you didn't hear how US market work on X, right? Okay. You don't know why that
Nobody
works.
who says about it, yeah, nobody who says it on U.S. market actually knows. I've never heard anybody come on and talk about the U.S. market and that in comparison to
Uh-huh.
the Jamaican market, and them actually know what I'm talking about, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
a different, it's a completely different thing in reality where when you actually know what is actually happening. I tell
Mm-hmm.
you, people might wonder. I say to them all the time, say, yo, one of the first things that happen when you start understanding the market is that one, it stops being strange or you stop getting surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You stop feeling some amount of surprise about anything that happens on the market.
Mm-hmm.
The market actually starts to get very quote unquote boring.
Yeah.
Because you start realizing the things that you can get into or you can't get into. Um and you start realizing boy, you also start seeing things way out.
Mm-hmm. Or the possibility that how
Yeah.
much ways this can go. So when you tap in one of them ways, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like thing that it's like if you plan a play and you saw the thing that would match it up, that could match it up, and you say, all right, if I know the signs of that, so the moment that starts happening, I'm out. You're there, this play mash up, you jump out, and dispassionately, like like you saw it happening, so it's not like you're shocked and you vex, say, boy, I'm 5% down. You didn't know, say, boy, if this start happening, I'll be fine leaving at 5% down because I'm going to find that 5% elsewhere. But you go on Twitter and everybody's cussing. Say, yo, all this thing goes on, why, whatever, whatever. And in your head, you're like, I know the thing that could have gone wrong. It's happening. I'm out, gone. Because, I may not say that. But yeah, you see the thing what can happen, what can go wrong, and you're there. You're not, the level of feelings you have about that, it's not really there. Like, I think quite the surprise factor for everybody else was there. But you're like, oh, cool. It could have gone wrong that way. The interesting thing what happened is if it went wrong from a different angle, an angle you never see.
Yeah, that which would be a surprise. And then what happened, at
Yeah.
least when how I, at least how I invest, part of it is that a bad surprise because you lose money. So you could go wrong, and at the first sign of it, you could be out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first sign of it, you're out, and you have you have a clearer view of when things might go wrong. And it's so funny those complaints that you might see because I pay attention to what people say generally about the market and the stocks that everybody interested in. And I have actually been in a situation where those complaints have made me buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as in, I have jumped out, sold, and see the complaints, and the complaints make me go right back
So
in.
weird. That one, is it? This one right for you. Channel.
Yeah, or like you see what happens, which I think we're gonna have more of. What the experts call it, an overcorrection.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of that because the whole strong fear is on the market. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see a lot more of that. All right, I see. Remember, guys, you can send a speaker request. Tell us we're talking plays. So you can tell us about your good plays, your bad plays,
Good place,
Great
bad place,
place,
ugly
the ugly
place.
place. You want feedback on it. We're giving feedback, and we can tell you how we think a play that might not have happened yet. So a play that you're looking at in the future, an opportunity for future profit. We can give you feedback on that also. And again, let me just remind, not advice, but feedback on something that you may be thinking of as an opportunity in whatever way. I see a speaking request from Sir Jerry Mack. Jerry Mack, what's up? Jerry, you're muted. I don't know if you hear me. Dana, you hear me?
I
Yeah,
hear Jerry yet
man.
now. I hear
Yeah,
him
man.
now.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear him. What's good?
I know that the phone go sleep just as as you start talking. May I rush for the phone and the phone now unlock. Yeah, man. All gone. All good.
Yeah, I know.
Saying,
Trying to make the best of a bad connection.
but I realize, boy, all the modern day struggles, you see me.
Mhm.
That's how I work through it. I'm there, man. There, I give thanks and end of another quarter. So
Wow.
I look for the games. I beat up myself a little bit still. I'm
Why?
going, I'm going a chess game and see the play and still fall for the play. But
You talking about the
came
market?
out, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I think I talk about. I see I argue with that CEO on Twitter the other day.
But yo, brother, that thing there, I don't know, I can't believe so that thing there. But thing that that's one way, is it? Because
It's surprising to me, but well, finish your point, because I mean, I'm sure people remember that. If they don't, they will, and you can make the rest of the point after. But when you hear the chess game that you say you got into, or the play that
well,
yeah.
but honestly, I want them play the one I really want to talk about, but it's really Barita. I mean, what I'm up it out and have an idea exactly what the strategy is. But eventually I gave in a little bit too early and leave a little bit of money upon the table. Happy for
Why?
the profit, but I go with it already. What I like do is I leave money upon the table. If I
Damn
even a
right.
dollar,
Yeah.
That
yeah, man.
greed.
Yeah, man. It's like, but there, I mean, they spoil. But there, I'm saying I have a drink this evening. I'm saying them not touching all the expensive stuff. I not deserve it this evening. I mean, jokingly, of course, but I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
I laugh because I know the feeling, Jerry, where like you do something, but it look good to people who might not see it normally, but to you who know what could have been or what the play can
Yeah,
be,
man.
it's annoying because you never get enough. You never take enough out of it. That's something that I also have to struggle with all the time. Where I often on my plays either get distracted or doubt the play or make another opportunity sway me or all kind of little
Uh-huh.
things, and
Uh,
then you tend to make less on the thing that you should, and it's kind of like what Tav said, but in a different way. If I'd stuck with my original plan, it would work, and I'm not knocking the original plan. I'm not saying that it's the road that made it wrong here. I very deliberately came off my original plan, and the reason I made less money than I should was because I did that.
yeah, man.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm only drink the expensive liquor either.
Real, man. And I say, my thing is, well, it was a genuine concern still. The truth is, I use multiple accounts and I invest for both myself and family. So the risk for me was it coming down to the wire to make changes to the orders, and then I'm not able to execute all the orders within time. So I
Mhm.
say, all right, one of them are good, so start take profit. But like literally seconds after, the thing just go right where the thing go right where I change the order
What you
from my
planning?
brother. No, but brother, I order them there 115 from morning. And me look at me and say, yo, I like how this look on. But Sega, one of them think that them beat me this year. Last year I win all out. This year them beat me a little bit. But still win still. If you saw that way for those, you would have complained, but yeah. Sega.
What
Every
best
dollar
No,
count
complainer,
there,
you know?
man.
Yeah, the best complainer. You know what it is? Yeah. That's how the champions drive themselves. There's no two ways around it. That's how the champions drive themselves. And like it's to other people, it might be no. If we do this X Y Z, it would be great. But if I feel I can make 150% off our play, and instead of making 150%, I make 85%. 85% sound good. But I know that I could have made 150%, and no amount of talking is going to, no amount of lying to myself is going to make me not realize that if you
You
did
could
do
have get
this,
more than
or
that.
yeah, you could have get more. You know full well you could have get more.
Yeah, man.
And immediately start running down and start figure out why you should have get that. Why you should have go for that thing there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worse when you see it, you know, when you see it and know. It's not like
Yeah,
you
man.
think it's 100 and you say you're gonna take 85. You take the 85 when it run go 150 and you sit down and you say that's bad. When you never see it coming. If it did see it coming, brother, that money, you know.
Yeah, man. Then
you
that is
fully
what
know
hurt.
your plan feet
That's
and
what
just never
hurt me
do
the
it.
most. Yeah, man. That is what hurt me the most with this one because I know it go. You literally have to wait until a particular time to know exactly what go on and make your moves around that. But it's not a matter of impatience. As I said, there was a risk involved. But I mean, if I even the account with the most money I could have roll out with. But getting at the groove and start modifying all that and just modify everything. One, but Sega, it is what it is.
Yeah, but
But
wait, all right. So same question. What do you think you could have do better then?
I mean, well, for me, definitely, I just needed to wait because I was paying attention to the things I know I needed to pay attention to, and we see it. You see, we see it. All signs were showing in the direction what we did that before. But well, one thing for sure, I know we can do a little better. um, I definitely need to structure this thing differently. I mean, it is not practical to help everybody who may help, the same way who may help them now. So, everything needs to be structured differently, which is something where Randy would have thought, well, I don't want to give it too much of the advanced growth things, but it's one of the things that Randy would have thought about in terms of getting the thing set up in a formal that you can manage the entire thing as a package. So that's one of the things where definitely not the making and need to be executed quickly. But I would say definitely, especially with the J Trader accounts, I could have waited. You see me? But it's a lesson and it's something I'm speaking about it publicly because the truth is at our level, boy, I say I still consider myself far from than I ever seem to think otherwise. And the sake of those who think otherwise, it's just something to make them know, say, yo, even we make mistakes sometimes, you see me? So the important thing now is to focus on what's next because this done gone already, what's next? And what they am up with, what the next play is, and me I make sure say the next couple of plays, the 10% of me miss me, I make it back see you. You see me?
That is the way. That is the way.
Yeah, man. I need if you ever drink 38 soon, you see me? I look back and say, I'm not touch it. I need if you ever drink it. So I'll fix things.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody else do that. You do that sometimes. I know then I do that. Not the drink, not that the drink. Like you leave a reward. It's like you leave a reward for yourself. Cause you kind of have to, right?
I think I don't do it enough. I actually don't do it enough. I've done it. I'll do it, but Boy.
Well, I know,
I
I
think
know
you know
me
the same.
definitely don't do it enough, but I realize it's essential and it's something that over the years. So even before with savings, growing,
Mm-hmm.
I found that if I had a proper target, and that's about and something that just connect guys. And I had when I save to or something. So I save up a bicycle and go, yo, you can't get up to school. Take me
Yeah.
to school, me and that hold me for the whole day and then we get a car. I bus fare alone me I spend. I remember say, yeah, they a bus stop here, look out for one small way for
Jerry.
Jerry get cut off. Jerry, you here
You
now?
know them with it. You do everything for cut the spend. I buy a phone, I buy something, but I don't money I owe me I get, I'm gonna find a way. Either find something sell so you can make the money more. Or John will so it go. For out.
Yep. Jerry look like Jerry microphone completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Another thing, it was something Jerry pointed out, which is that he missed the 10%, so I'm going for the same 10% again in the next play. Well, I'm going for you have to make back up the 10% in another play.
Make what I
Yeah,
miss.
that is something that I'm very, very big on. I mean, generally, that was my thing. If I could leave a play, especially if I think, especially if it hasn't gone how I wanted, and there's some amount of loss on it, I have to get it back. Like, I just have to get it back. That was my thing. I don't lose money, so if I lose 10% on this, I have to make up whatever the next player was that had whatever percentage on it. I need the 10% on it also. I need to make back the money. I even when I don't lose, it's like I kind of how Jerry do it. Even is instead of 100%, you make 80%. Well, that extra 20 percentage
20
point
it
there,
come.
yeah, it have
Find
to
it
make
back.
up. Yeah, it have to make up somewhere. Jerry,
I want to hear me now.
yeah, man, we're hearing you.
Oh, but I had set decided to disconnect from my phone. But yeah, man. So I say the point I make a while ago was that when there's a goal, you work harder towards a goal. But
Yep.
I remember just saving money just for the sake of saving money. And every weekend I go on night. You see me? Versus when I actually have a goal, I say, yo, I try to get the $1,000 to buy this or that. You see me?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, you're better than me because I literally could never do it without the goal, not even slightly.
It stopped make sense very quickly, you know.
yeah, man.
I actually feel lost the moment like I've had in session before like a client just can't decide on a goal. In my head I'm here like the message then is it don't really make sense now, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you have it's really if you don't know what you want, then you're not going to know what's good enough.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
there is no basis for anything.
That's a fact.
It's like I want 30% over the year. If I lose 10, then I know how much I need to go make back and then how much I need to go forward to go thing there. If I reach here, if by end of the year I'm at 27, then cool. I'm not gonna make enough. But then a lot of people, I met a lot of people where they decide the portfolio isn't doing enough. They're not, but they don't really know how the portfolio has been doing. So they never really had a goal. So they never track the portfolio. Nothing was structured towards the money need to make by this money need to make by what time. It's just I'm here. If I go make money, maybe eventually, maybe it working out. And maybe I see a one stock in the portfolio that's doing really, really well, and I love that stock now, but I have 9 others. I never really know. And it's funny, them go buy more of the one that not really doing well. More of the one that did really well. On the base of it did really well in the past. When really and truly, if they really want 100%, then I'm probably putting all the money into that one thing. And they wouldn't be worrying about the other 9 things. And then at the point where this thing don't do the 100%, I'm at the point and say, all right, cool, I'll find another thing. Because I'm not looking for the money that I'm not buying into something because it make money in the past. I'm buying something because it make money in the future. So if without the goal, it just stop make sense. It's really, but there are still anything can happen.
Exactly.
It's like you know you want to buy a car, you don't know how much the car costs. But you come to the market with $4 million, you make 2, but then you really find out you're a $7 million car, man.
I'm not hearing me, right?
Yeah, hearing it.
I'm on for real. For real, man. Goal really matter, isn't it? And even though, I mean, it's why I tend to put myself under some amount of, sometimes it seems unnecessary, but it's necessary pressure by setting my goals a particular way to force me to be disciplined with me investing. Because the truth is, sometimes I find myself, if I'm not focus on the goal, there's like things are fun in the market, like you make one play where you spot one Q look away and you buy something this morning and sell it what little more. You get caught up in doing that, you know, brother. And now focus on the thing over here, so I go make it half of your portfolio grow 100%.
It's why I think that I think a problem I've had too is to talk about my problems. I often hit the goal that I start there with way early. And then I'm always in a space of, and that means when I hit that goal, the money did up on a different level now. And then I'm off, and then I reach very quickly to a space. All right, cool. I should be setting a new goal, or the new goal I set probably not good enough. Or I see what often happens, I make the money, and then I spot a play, and that play look very interesting, and I spot another one, and then I go start the money starts split up and go to some other foolishness over there. So and at some point I always rein it back in, set a new goal and whatever. But I find that every single it happened to me every single year. Cool, me reach a place somewhere there early. John would have played it funny, you know. I tell you Randy about it and he must say, yeah, man. And then I go do it and then it's nice, money make. But then really, I could have find the money. Then there's another play in the portfolio that did really well and I really put a good amount of money there. But I have this little bit of money in that one place just because you wanted that one play. If you have a goal, you not set up that quick. If you really the portfolio need to grow by X, Y, Z, and you look, maybe the small play makes sense, but it could have made sense with more money there, or something else could have made more sense because really and truly, you found another vehicle. That vehicle will be doing better than that play over there. So, but because you're not focusing on the goal, you're going to spread out the money to everything elsewhere instead of what you should be doing.
Yep, that's a real thing. Boy, you said that, then I almost every quarter I have that where it's a downside of being able to it's a downside of being able to the downside of being able to see so many things on the market that I've almost had to have a method to allow my personality to read to kind of do a little play them without hurting everything, because you're right, you see something and then you touch piece and then you see something else and you touch another piece and you see something else and you touch another little piece and before you know it,
well, we just love the chaos,
yeah,
you know.
man, yeah.
I fall very quickly into that, and structure helps.
Yeah.
Do not run away from it. Just put yourself into the structure. Find where you need to be. You can find the goal. Find where you actually should be doing with the thing there. And you get rid of a lot of if you get real yourself about having a goal and setting a goal, then a lot of things change with how you invest.
Yeah.
If you really don't want to make I said I meet that too. Somebody want to meet a goal, but by the time we meet, it's the same goal. Their progress towards the goal is far different. It is nowhere, or it's good. But then you look at the portfolio and you realize you look at the same one stock over there, so that could have do it all, and you just start them to really believe it, you know. But I never really concrete on a goal, or my investing wasn't going towards a goal. So I know, say, I want to buy this car next year, and the car costs 1 mil. I mean, I have 700, so I need to make X amount. And then when you turn around, you have a stock in the portfolio because I believe in long term, and I think the company will be in the next 5 years. This company must blow up. but you want to buy the car next year. But maybe I had a goal, but it's a hope and pray thing when you start buying the company. It don't work so.
Yep. Or them get distracted by a lot of other talking in the market. And
Yeah, I
sometimes.
think, but that's talking in the market.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's said. Everybody said.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, their 5-year goal or what they're doing with things, they're growing a couple. I know not for do I actually invest in, but it is in BrickTalk and a brother saying buy signals because I just stock that man. Long term, they're not gonna stop sell. You're not gonna stop buying XYZ, and that does appeal to you for some reason. And I think it's crowd, but it's the crowd effect. The fact that somebody else is doing it, and you probably think about signals, so don't it make sense for you too. And the long term thing go for real. It's really the short term people. So me I say long term, I say me I hope for this year. this year the thing go on because the call I'm actually worrying about the fact that it's falling within this week. And I want my money XYZ, but still I go stay at signals. Imagine hear all these nice sounding things about signals. It's gonna sound nice to you because you're on the same wavelength as that guy. Hope and pray.
Yes, that's a dangerous thing. Like I said, guys, you can send a speaker request, talk about any plays you have, good, bad, or ugly. Or any future plays you have, we can give us some insight into it. I think it's a great, easy request, but if you don't want to use it up, I'm not gonna push somebody to use it up. Sir Jeremy, when I say that talk about that thing
Yeah,
earlier.
man, with Tyrone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, at one point, me wonder, boy, because it seemed like boss get a little bit defensive. But I mean, the thing is though, the, I wonder if him consider that, if he considered the question that I asked though, because my concern was, there was concern that there's some connected party selling, meaning some party will have whole heap of shares in the company. Now, in the same instance where you're concerned about this party selling, you get now to the X date. So the people who want to get in to qualify for the rights issue are already in. I mean, we know typically people qualify, so for many, there's no real where they call it, no reward for continue holding the stock. So of course people are gonna start selling. But then I found it concerning that the CEO was essentially the way I interpreted it, throwing words at whichever big shareholder was selling after the record date was announced. And it led me to ask a question because the reality is, even though I'm go around the question and I said that the rights issue price is set yet, the reality is the price has to be set at some point when the circle are going to come out with a price. And if that party should start selling around that time, it could essentially people who hold the shares are people who had an interest to apply through the rights issue, and you have to wait a little period for shares to be issued and whatnot. If I want to know if I can get the shares for buy on the market right now and more the shares right now, why apply for a rights issue? And I mean, what can I say? Something like that happen with detail.
Yeah.
And essentially,
No, sorry, go ahead.
no, the point I make is essentially when me see me talk and I think about it, me I say, yo, if you piss off this shareholder any further, this could be detail part two. You see me? And we see what with that. It's essentially the underwriter slash broker was forced, even though I mean it seemed like them played it off and make it look like say yeah, it was an intention to buy the shares. I mean I never get the impression say it was an intention to buy the shares initially, but you underwrite the offer say you buy them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The funny thing is, I hear you talk, and I'm realizing, well, for one thing, and on the topic, it's obvious that you know the things that you're talking about in terms
Mm-hmm.
of what is what the factors around the things that affect whatever you might like is,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you might be interested in is, right? So immediately that puts you apart from most people. A lot of people don't have no clue about what you just said, including a lot of industry people.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them didn't know about that. It's so funny you say it, and it's like, I don't know if you ever noticed, Dana and I have never said that on the show. Not that we don't know it, but it is not known for many people. One thing I don't like about it, right? I don't like that it pushes us into a space where we tend not to necessarily be as open about the things happening in the market as we could be, simply because of
Right.
the feelings around it, simply because of the
Yep.
tools. Because you're right, I am agreeing with you. I don't think the broker had the intention to do it either, but but like I said, it happened and it happened. It happened how it happened. And its plans get thrown off. And
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't know how things got that side, but obviously, yeah, if it was underwritten, that's the side effect of being underwritten. A lot of people never know that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you bring it back to iCreate. I don't know. I mean, I can't speak for Tyrone. I see. Yeah, I saw. I got a lot of screenshots, and then that's the same deleting my account. I
Yeah,
delete that, deleting my account.
but again, that I even got we look tired of the point to time get me. So, yeah, oh God. But start
No.
also go and realize that apparently him and some other person didn't have some, I mean, same conversation thing. And but the screenshots, I'm say the conversations that I saw never seem like anything were really heated. But see, I'm gonna tell him, say, yo, him, if you set him buy order, cause I'm gonna sell him shares at X price. Or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and him say, yeah, but the man for hold them until it reach 10. So I don't know if something else happened outside of that, but
Mm-hmm.
that are the part that me is still.
I don't know. Tyrone would
You
have to
know who I
speak
don't
for
listen to
himself.
when them tell me to buy them stock? Buy a stock.
The people, the CEOs.
Yeah, because I I want you to believe that the best stock for me is your stock. I get that. That's why
Exactly.
you're there because you believe in it that much. That's fine.
hmm Especially
But
at a point like this where you're trying to raise money for your company.
yeah, man, it should be the best thing.
hmm
But at the end of the day, my money, my goals.
hmm
The, I can truly believe. No, I mean not say believe. It could be the case. So, yo, I create come with something big, and you hear and you really get up on the point that John is a $10 stock, and
hmm
by next year it's $10. But suppose me need the $10 by tomorrow. Suppose I need that same level of movement by November, and the things that I got December. Why the hell would I stay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Matter of fact, I I put it simply as, the CEO's job is to run the company, stay out of the
Yep.
share price business. This is
hmm
my field.
and
Yep.
and
Stay out of
and
the share. No,
and,
no,
and, and
I'm not against. Let me hold
yeah,
on. I want to be clear on that because it might be taken differently. I'm not
That's the
against.
tough thing is.
Yeah, I can already see people taking it differently.
yeah, for real.
I'm not against people, company leadership paying attention to share price. In fact, anybody who know the things we talk about know that I'm 100%
Yeah,
for it.
man. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a
That's
limit
one.
to, yeah, there's a limit to what the extent to which I expect that share price to matter to you, because me buying and selling the shares does not affect your day to day running a company, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The CEO, yeah, the CEO of JBG probably doesn't know what their share price is because they don't need to care, right? Same thing for Separate, same thing for, that's why Signals is probably well, in some ways Signals should care more, and they, them pay some sort of attention. But you can also tell from the things they've done that they don't care, they don't know. JMMB, I think it's obvious that they don't know or care about the share price. You have it there, but JMMB, they care a lot about the running of the company. They care about the
Mm-hmm.
growth of the company,
And
and and that is what I expect,
yeah,
right?
man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm wanting to
I
care
saw an
about.
yeah, I saw an interview with I forget the dollar guy's name, Kadim. And Kadeen was talking about that, he doesn't really know the share price most days. And that makes sense because he's not in the business of his shares. You get me?
You
He's
now
not.
make money from the share price over there, so.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
got
that's
what
funny.
he
That's
wanted
funny.
from the IPO.
Yeah, man.
He got what he wanted from the IPO. And it's sorry to, I know I'm cutting you,
No,
Jerry,
man,
but
got
it's
you,
a point
man.
that I think needs to be
Yeah, man,
made
got you.
where we don't, for some reason, we don't have a clear view as to what factors matter to which elements in and around a company. So you'll see things like people go to the JMB AGM and
They're asking about the share price. Why
they're
the price
asking
don't
about the
move?
share price,
Mm-hmm.
but not really. And you know what? If I carry it to its limit, JMB could do something about the share price. I
Oh
believe they
yes.
could. Yeah, I
Man,
believe it's in
definitely.
them. They could do
Definitely.
something about it. But I could also not give them a hard time if them say, listen, look at what we've done over the last 3 years as a company.
Yeah, we
We
think
have done
we've done all
amazing
that.
things as over the
Yeah.
last 3 years.
And that,
Yeah,
and that is always how the question is answered. Look at the growth in the EPS. Look at the growth in
Yeah.
profits.
yeah,
And you know,
and it
that's
should
it.
be.
The share price is up to you guys.
Yeah, that's the truth. I'm waiting for the CEO that will say that to the market. That it's not my business what the share price is. That's your business. Because it
Yeah.
really is our business, right?
Yep.
And
Like
I
I'm doing the
don't.
things that make you think the share price should be higher. So you shouldn't mess with me about that. Like
Yeah,
you're the one asking for a reason. You're asking me because you think what we've done so far warrants the share price to go from 30, 38 to 60. Me do my job,
exactly.
bossy. You can't convex with me now. Say my full expectation. Think about it. Have we ever like have you ever been that guy to get up and say, boy, I can't think of it in this way, where we decide that the company needs like the company needs to be doing XYZ for the purpose of the share price to move. Like if they're doing something and the effect of it is that the share price moves, then we're there. And yes, so new vex about the APO versus rights issue because I know the decision is between the two of them, and one of them are gonna hurt me. And me, I say, as the guy that own this company, do this thing that so I get that. But boy, they must find a company to buy just because it would affect the share price really well. What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that comes from a misunderstanding of the
Of how the market work
exactly and
or what the
who
market is for. It's the same idea about
exactly.
IPO must make sure that experts everybody must get enough money in the IPO. You don't understand how IPO work.
And then
Exactly.
now when everybody get the allocation, there's nobody to buy the shares after.
And then you hear say this thing
Exactly.
fool and it
Yeah.
dumps. And
Exactly. But
the company is valued so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Or or the company is stupid now.
Yeah, man.
And the company fall to lose money because XYZ. It's like QWI. Think about it. Everybody decided it was a good company, except the people that were selling it down.
Mm-hmm.
But then now there's a negative view of QWI solely on the basis of lose money here. So like the things like not even talking about the access or whatever. I'm just talking about even before that, just the idea of or the select companies, how bad they are. I'll get a lot of that. And it's the company is bad because we lost money here. They're not going to tell you why they think anything with the management or what the company been doing. It's when they lose their money upon it still done. That's why I have people that they will never go back to a stock.
Yeah, man.
Them sell the stock at the
I,
wrong time, and it's not a good time to buy it. I'm not gonna touch it.
and it's they don't say that differently because you say any stock will lose some money on. Even
Go
though
and make money from it.
the brother,
Nope.
maybe I
Come
watch
tear
them,
back.
maybe I watch them right now, but I look for the day when something go on, I may go back for my money. I want it back.
Take me right back.
Yes,
Exactly
man.
that.
I want it back. Yeah, man. But
Yes.
the thing that around there, I remember a point you made there on on Twitter. It was around the same conversation. Read the whole rice issue thing and the potential selling below the rice issue price. I think you said to him, and I hope him don't take it wrongly. If I'm gonna play the public game, play it the right way. I mean, that's a real way it come down to for me.
fully,
Yeah, man, because
fully.
me appreciate the fact say we have a CEO where I talk to we, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Me rate that. I
I
mean,
get
I
that.
mean, I mean, if you see the exchange, you see the other day, him said, "Damn, Tyron actually called me the other day when me did ask a few questions, and him called me for kind of bring some clarity. When me and him talk, him realize him actually understand, and him understand why me I ask the questions that me ask, and me I make the points that me I make. But the reality is, if you go out here in the public like that, you really have to understand what you are about and understand what go on, so that when they hurt, because on every day someone there go just come and ask a random question, why share price now move on them thing there. So you have to be prepared for can deal with the hard questions. And it's either you state clearly say you can't answer it because of this or that reason. But I mean, personally, I never appreciate the kind of I try to go around the thing and I make it seem like me don't know me I talk about. I never appreciate it, isn't it?
But you know what? For me, I saw that, you know. For me, I think is that I view it as it's a matter who you used to speaking to. And I mean, you do it, you hear it with me all the time when I talk to people, especially young people who you expect to know better. It's very obvious very quickly when people don't actually know how a thing works.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually know how a thing works, certain little things can come to you. So, like for
Mm-hmm.
me, I mean, he spoke to me off here afterwards too, and I mean, I said the same thing to him that if you're playing the public game, play it fully. You can't you can't you can hint at a certain price, agree with somebody else and say that there's a certain price that could be hinted at, and then vex if the public is asking you about that price. You have
Yeah.
bound the public to see it a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Or this idea of think about it. Remember earlier this year, the same conversation around the flippers can't flip. The people will make money and be able to cash out because liquidity will be here. But then
Mm-hmm.
now we're watching it happen, and the conversation is no longer that. It's Jano, why not sell? Why the hell would you sell?
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're ruining this thing. But boss, that's the market.
On fundamental reasons. That is the market, and the market is made up of different types of people with different goals.
Different needs.
Yeah, everybody doesn't need to be in the same space, so you can't vex for people doing what it is that them set out to do. If me one of them people I would buy I create a 90 cents, right? I'm gonna check my money GA. I'm gonna see it at $4. You know how much profit that? Me have to take it.
Well, I know.
And if
Think,
uh, and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
if
thought about the
and
money
if
about 90 cents. It talk about the money where get them shares converted at about 62 cents.
was it
Yep.
67 cents?
Profit,
Yeah,
profit,
60
profit.
something based on all the discount that they do
I
work
think it's
out.
67. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, some
67
of there
cents.
about.
And consider
Yeah.
that. And it's a loan that was converted, and the loan is around 40, 50 million.
Yep. 50.
Mm-hmm.
50.5
So
or
if
50.5
something like that.
million. Mm-hmm.
if I lend you 50, as I asked a group the other day, if I lend you $50 million and you pay me back in shares, and those shares are worth $300 million, what do you think I'm going to do with some of those shares?
Easy, you have to get some money to move to
Freedom.
something else, you know.
Quick, quick, quick.
Yeah, man. Come back
God,
to
this golden goose just laid its egg.
I come right back to this thing where you hear it very popular in this space, in the investment space. Take out the original investment and make the profit go and live. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
you hear it at the smaller level. It can't be at the bigger level though.
That can happen. It definitely happens at the
Yeah,
bigger
I
level. In
mean,
fact, it has to happen at the bigger level because it needs to be. It affect the books.
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
It affects the books. People forget that under finance rules, it affects the books because if it is a loan that converted, I need to be able to show on my books that I've at least secured X amount of value for the loan, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, there's loads of different ways to look at it, but I cannot be surprised if the bank looks at it that way, because I would look at it the same way. If I lend you $50 and you give me back something worth $300, I'm gonna sell some of that $300 thing until I get back at least my $50, if not more too, because I don't invest for $50. I
Yeah.
didn't invest $50 to get back the $50. I invested for more, so I might look for more. And if we're talking millions, it then means that I have to be able to move millions. I need a certain amount of
Activity.
activity. I need people to be excited about the thing. So so there is almost no surprise when the thing becomes excited and I'm starting to move in. To me, that was very plain. That's one of the times when to me the market is boring because it's so obvious what happened. Right? And then, but if
I
you're
gave a
dealing with a
fair
market
amount
where
of
most
warning
people,
that that's the thing. If you go into iterate, then understand that a large shareholder can start selling. Never get no names are. A large shareholder can start selling, and that can ruin the rise. If you're there and that happens, jump ship. You can't pass them.
well, yeah, but then I can't say we ruin the rights. Let's be serious, right? Because as I said I got dip my nose into a little bit.
No, I say it can. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it would. I wouldn't put it there if I decided going to ruin the rise. But
yeah,
if I think
it
it
could.
can, then I'm going to warn about it.
Yeah, it can. Well, that's your job, right? So if I paid you for money, I would expect you to tell me that. If I paid you for my money, I'd expect you to tell me that. And you doing that is your job. No, for me, looking on as somebody who's serious about the practical investing, practical my money, trying to make money myself and looking at the market and seeing these opportunities and these possible pitfalls, I am going to have to act against the pitfall. I am also going to have to look at the future possibilities, right? And for me, I think there's a clear distinction between retail investors who get their information from people in the company or other people in chat groups, people are talking on Twitter like us, and people who get their information from the financials. Because anybody can say anything, but the financials cannot joke around. So like if you actually read the financials, you know what Jerry's saying. Because the conversion amount was there. The amount that's converted was there, the date on which it converted was there, the market price was there, and we saw the amount of units that would have been there. And then the rest of that is common sense to put together. Now, if you do that like me, you find yourself selling at 4 other and high threes, right? If you're just thinking about the split, you might even still be in it. It's not the split, the rights issue.
Rights issue.
Yeah, you might even still be in it. And then also, if you know the rules, I considered tweeting something about the rules and I didn't do it because I know that I pat myself on the back. I do a good job. I educate a lot of educators. So yeah. So I know sometimes I have to say it so that other people can teach it. And sometimes I'm selfish. I admit I'm human, and I just don't say something because if you want to learn it, come grow. And I'm trying to teach somebody else to teach the content. And I can tell when somebody's talking about or teaching something that they don't truly understand, right? In this case, if you actually understood like the actual rules and requirements around a rights issue, it is highly unlikely that you're ever going to believe a CEO who at this point says there is no price. Come on.
Bro.
Share that with people who don't know the actual rules.
But then you're sitting there. You remember the date came out, and then I heard people call the date the prospectus. They call it a circular, and then say why the price not there. Check the rules.
Yeah, you know who is sensible. You know who you can't tell somebody no. When them call it the shelf documents, because if you've submitted the shelf documents, there's a price in it, and I'm not saying the price never change, but there's a price in it. Don't take people for fools. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool the people who know what they're doing any other time, because them actually paying attention to the real thing. So to me, I saw your conversation. To me, it didn't even seem antagonistic. I thought it was an opportunity for a point that I know was being spoken about heavily, privately,
Bro,
to be
trust you know
addressed.
it. Oh God.
Yeah, to be addressed publicly, because people had a certain expectation and still have a certain expectation, and they use XYZ as the basis for it. And I'm seeing the conversation and I'm saying, okay, here's it. It's going to be addressed publicly. This is smart. Because like you, Jerry, I agree. I don't know if you remember when I think maybe the first or second time I interviewed Tyrone on earnings season. I said to him that, the funny thing about what you do is like you're almost always 4 or 5 years ahead of where you need to be or where everybody else is, right? So
Mhm.
like that's out of public engagement from a listed company CEO. I think in 10 years it would be the norm.
Yeah,
It should be
man.
the norm.
Yeah, man. I will see it. We see it starting.
Yeah,
We,
but
we know.
right
I
now,
think he did
Kai,
it to
but
this page, and I was looking at it, and we were saying he's doing it, and he's getting the truth of it. You put yourself out there, then you're out there, right?
Mhm.
exactly.
But
You can't play the
it's
public
why
game.
everybody else ready to do it.
Yeah,
But he sees the benefit in it and why it should be done, and he's doing it. But he can't be doing it to me. And then if you're doing it, dog, you have to do it. It can't.
Yeah, man.
If
Yeah, man.
if you put yourself in a position where it can get to you, then it will think that you have to deal with it. How you deal with it, how you deal with it still. But end of the day, that's the game you're playing. You put yourself out there, then somebody will go see you.
Man.
and there's no two ways.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
only
you don't play it at all.
you guys in the market longer than me. Since I've been in it, I've never seen separate do an investor briefing before, and I almost heard me see one announcement about one next week.
That might be a dot.
That might
Well,
be
it,
you said it before me.
see it as a big dot. It's a strange. My most recent session with Danai was it was Wednesday, Danai,
Wednesday, yeah.
and actually we're talking about separate. I almost see it as a it looks like the same thing as about that I
Same thing
talk
we said.
about.
No, yeah.
Yeah, well, very thing what that I said to me. I said, it looks like I hate this.
Cause they made some moves,
Mhm.
and then you haven't heard anything back behind it. But if you
If you know those
understand the
guys.
market, yeah, you know those guys. You understand the market. You understand that those moves have they have other moves that tend to come off. As whether or not that's attractive, that's another matter. But
Mhm.
I expect other moves to come are the moves that we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that might be a dot. You're right. None in years and then suddenly one. Hmm. Very, very interesting. And then I'll act very surprised. I hope, well, you know my hope already. I just hope that it is great for us retail investors,
Uh,
which means
trust.
no APO.
Yeah.
And yeah, because that's destructive to us. There's no need for it. And for everybody else, every other company doing something in the market and seeking the market, which I think is gonna be very popular over the next coming quarters. Um, remember that the retail market is not
The
there's a
retail market
section.
is where you live and die.
Yeah, and there's a segment of the retail market that is not easily tricked, that knows what they're talking about, that expects the engagement on that level. And if you're not on that level, it's your job to get up to that level, because there's no getting away from it. There's literally no getting away from it. The people,
Mhm.
some of the people,
And
serious
there's
about their
more and
money.
more. I'm not seeing them stopping. I see more. I just keep seeing more and more people finally getting it, or at a level with them can. I can ask a real sensible question here, and you wish. Big up thing there. Should I not allow him up? But such man that was on earlier, and his question at a certain event, it was thing there. It was a good question.
Yeah,
I
I've
think I
seen
think
Oh,
a
yeah, man, yeah,
couple.
man.
Yeah, yeah, the AGM questions are no longer are a little bit more structured and pointed now. The interview questions are structured and sensible and pointed now, and they'll continue to be. And it's only going to get more and more. So you can't come and fool the market like how it used to work back in the day, because more people in the market actually know what's happening now.
Man.
I have people like me where I am almost never, very few people in the market impress me. So, and even the people that impress me is not, I'm not going to be impressed with because it's them. It has to be their actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you have to act sensibly, or you don't have to act any great way. Just don't act dumb. Don't do the wrong thing. Do the right thing.
Me even know I load out too much,
Yeah.
but I've been paying attention to most of the whether investor briefing or stock reviews or I mean even Khalila's program and
Mhm.
you know a lot of the names are familiar and boy but I'm proud to say a lot of the people who I say or the majority of the people I say asking the real serious and deep questions are all people I know who to grow.
That's
So
true. That's true. That's true.
yeah,
That's
well,
true. That's true.
I have a big you up for that, isn't it? And I mean,
Thank you very much.
even me, I mean, there are questions in the past that I would have thought to be sensible questions to ask at an AGM, man. Right now, would I never ever think about asking those questions? I mean, after doing grow, you find yourself so far ahead of those questions. It's like you're
You
all
just know what actually matters.
that,
Yeah.
and then it's like you for me personally, I have to balance being annoyed when I hear people ask it and just remind myself that look, and everybody get exposed to the type of learning with me get exposed to, and
That's true.
yeah, so yeah, man, it 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 it,
That's
it
true.
it's it really make a difference, isn't it? And I
That's true.
mean,
Big up, big up, big up. Thank you very much. And big up. And you're right. And I mean, I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I see it myself too. I see the effect. And I think it's known. It is known, and in certain circles, it is seen. I don't know how it is viewed, but I know it is seen. The people that do grow, then they start to learn it, them get it, and some of them don't get it the first time either. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
so,
man. I mean,
some of them,
and me,
I've seen sometimes I check certain spaces and people I know end up as the person that knows everything.
hmm yeah, man.
Them do grow up, but as them not gonna see themselves as an expert, but because of their interaction in the space, people
Yeah,
are
man.
ask them questions, people expect them to answer them. It's a
Yeah,
big up
man.
Shay. A man message me and say, yo, him want Shay is his goal.
Yeah,
He
man.
wants to
Yeah,
be at
man.
the level that Shay is at.
Yeah, man. Big up
Him just
share
see
every
Shay,
time.
him just hear talk, about yo, the play she making, or just how her mindset with the market, and see there. And
hmm Man, me can attest to that still. It was my second grow that some of the things really connect to me. I mean, I end up being distracted because I mean, I really like talk about this publicly, but I when I just started, I was trying to learn from as many people as possible. So I was in a number of spaces, and to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention because them time that there wasn't the subscriber group or anything. It was just the group, the original group of Danai.
every make a big group.
Yeah, they ever make a big
yeah,
group, and then
yeah.
even that, I beat myself about it. I take almost a year for the little course to enter the group, and the course I could have done it in 3 hours. And I realized, say, yo, I saw the course season, I almost beat myself, but but
Yeah, yeah.
I know
yeah, but
Jerry's an accountant.
to the start. That I want to share say every day I think about it and I say, yo, the two little course them and I push people to them a lot and I just hope people say the volley in it. Whereas most people take them the
Uh-huh.
joke and them
Yeah.
linger on to them. But
Uh-huh.
yo, them thing they clear up a whole heap of things for me. I mean,
It's three people I can say I've given the course with strong encouragement to do it and do it. Three people. And I've given that course to definitely over 20.
yeah.
And 20 is what more people I know. I'm sure I get a lot of people I don't know either. I never know more than so. But they don't show back to tell me, all right, cool. It
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah, man. And boy, them the courses are so simple. I mean, it's like grow is much simpler than most people think, and that was the thing that kind of catch me initially.
financing it. It have a complicated boss. It can't sound like real life.
Yeah, man, and that's it. And I think that's why a lot of people do grow, especially the first time, and they miss because they might look for see the
It's all too
complication and
simplistic. Yeah,
yeah,
it is
yeah,
not.
man.
It's not to them. They want the bridge to sound like they want to then leave and speak like an analyst, not knowing that English works well.
Yeah, man.
The same concepts, just you don't have to call it that thing over there or act like it's way more deep or complex than it actually is. It is what it is.
And
Mm-hmm.
if you talk about it in terms of what you know it as, then
Then you'll
the,
understand it.
the thing that you have a deeper understanding about certain little things,
Mm-hmm.
and that deeper understanding, you'll go, wait, like just had a little mango example earlier. You fling the stone after the mango, you miss the mango, you fly out the air and you come back and you bust your mouth. The
Mm-hmm.
thing that went wrong was not going on the shortcut, it was going after the mango in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That concept, when you apply it to something else, you understand it better. You don't need the heavy finance, but it requires somebody who understands it to actually share it with you. And so, yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm proud. I thought that's even the recent Grow Gods. Big up top striker who do it. I mean, I don't remember when the
Oh,
better striker do go. I mean, Monsieur make plays now. Me tell you, the millions was coming. No, Monsieur make plays for the million.
a top striker, a role model. Top striker, top role model, man.
Yeah, cause she take it serious. She apply her thing, and then what she do is she pick her niche and she go hard at it. So like I tell
Mm-hmm.
people all the time, as we've always tell people, say, yo, you don't have to. Short term is not the only thing in the market. You don't have to do that, and you also don't have to be in front of it every day, to actually make heavy money in the market. But the unspoken part is that, but if you want to do that, you can do it. But
Yeah,
how you
man.
go about doing it needs to be serious. And if you if you actually throw the stone after the short term mango, they have to throw the stone after the short term mango in a sensible way. And
Mm-hmm.
top
Mm-hmm.
striker has been, I mean, she take it and she run with it, and I mean, I'm mad for that. See now, I see the people. It's so funny. That night, if you remember, when we go even pre-COVID, 2018, only for people that talk about stocks. 19 people talk about stocks. 2020 COVID lick. Suddenly stocks never that hot no more.
Uh-huh.
Man, go all arts and craft. 2021. The stocks never really that hot. The market is still kind of down. 2022, the only people really still talking about the market in a real, sensible, serious way are the people that did talk about it back then, where they say, yo, something really did stop listening to it.
Uh-huh.
I remember when them doom and gloom where I say, oh, they won't be always able to make the kind of money they're making.
Uh-huh.
There'll come a time where the market is down and things. Well, it happened.
It happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person who stopped talking was you, which means that we don't know who actually knew what they're talking about. And that's a serious
Mm-hmm.
thing that people have to understand when you're thinking about your money. Because just because somebody sounds technical doesn't mean they have any idea what they're talking about. They might just be
Mm-hmm.
talking technical to knock you off your understanding. Right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not knocking anybody who talk technical, but I want people to understand that, yo, if you're going to put your money in something because you think, say, yo, Randy know him thing, I mean, Randy talk about XYZ and BrickTalk. I mean, know him say, it's not advice, but may I listen, see him and do it. You are taking on a risk that nobody's asking you to, and nobody's telling you to do it. You need to ensure that what the person is talking about, in this case, I'm saying Randy myself, ensure that what they're talking about makes sense and makes sense to you. If you don't understand it, you can't follow it.
Mm-hmm.
As as the great man said a couple years ago, only those who understand it cannot cross it. Like you cannot get up and just follow it because it sounds good. You will find yourself making either accidental profit or getting burnt in the market. And just because somebody sounds like them sound technical, don't mean them know what them talking about. That's a dangerous thing in the market. Anyway, I taking a moment from our yapping and big up and ask the wealth nut, Alexa, who sent a speaking request some time ago, has been waiting very, very patiently.
Hi, good night.
Hello,
Yeah, I barely
evening.
almost fell asleep.
Oh God, sir, who the yapping and
No,
cause that? Sorry.
no, I'm not 100%, but I had wanted to say something when you guys were talking about for example, saving money without attaching a goal to it. Um, this week's topic to me looked a particular way. Um, I mentioned this to Dana whenever our last session was. Okay, I got some money, and he said something like, "Oh, your blessings come in all at once or something like that. And I said, no, well, that is not a blessing, but that anytime basically money comes to me, it means that something big is coming for me to have to spend on. That has been the pattern of my life. And so,
You know, for mine, yeah, put them thing that them energy they out of the universe. No, mom, don't do that. Oh man. Oh, go. I attract money. I attract wealth.
yeah, but my also attract worries. Like, I'm very
No,
real
don't
with
put that out
myself.
there. Everybody have. I get it. Everybody have
Everybody have
worries, but don't
worries,
put it
right?
out
But
there like that.
this is specifically in relation to real estate. And when it nice, it nice. And when it not nice, it don't nice. And literally, well, literally and figuratively, preparing for a storm um, is kind of how I saw the topic. Because basically, I don't have a problem saving money. I'm very disciplined like that and all of that. And for years, I sit down and I have money in the accounts because should in case whatever something goes wrong, there's money there. Um, even as recently as I think like when the pandemic just hit and a lot of these banks were giving moratoriums, um,
Yeah, look at
I
yeah.
stockpiled that money so much. And
Word.
as fate would have it, a few months down the line, a big spend came. And I, while I'm grateful for being able to have the money, when you have to do these big spends, and these are spends on things that are not readily profitable, um, it kind of hurts. Um, for one, it kind of hurts, and it also makes me nervous knowing that, okay, all of my money now is gone and I have to build up back my reserves. And you have to just hope and pray, say something else doesn't come along that will require a lot of money. So I guess since I've started investing, and this is not even really for me personally, um, I do it for other people and property management and whatever. And so instead of keeping money in savings, if I get money, I drop it in the market. Um, so at least when the storm comes, there is profit there to help me weather the storm, and that I'm not starting from scratch all over again. Um, because as I said, when I said that thing to Danai, was it last week? Something. I think it's either last week or this week. Today, something happened. Boom, money have to spend. I don't even know the full amount yet, but the the anxiety isn't as great. It's still there, I can't lie, but the anxiety isn't as great because some of the plays that we discussed, they're already in profit ahead of my goal date. Um, and so I say all that to say, like, for me, this is the definite practical investing. Like, life comes at you fast, and yes, you kind of have your savings and put down, but sometimes you don't know if what you have will be enough for whatever comes. To me, this has definitely helped me get through or deal with my stress level. I don't stress about money in the same ways again because I know that profit, the potential for profit is not too far away. It's not like these years away that we are conventionally told, especially if you're in real estate, like you're years away from that, unless you go flip houses or something.
No, man,
But
no, man, no, no. Hold on. I don't want to cut you. But say that again, because a lot of people don't know the reality of that. Say that again. The real estate thing, if you're doing it, is not is when she say years, she don't mean 2 or 3 either. A
listen,
flip might take you 2 or 3 years. A quick flip in real estate might take you 2 or 3 years. A
And not
strong
make the money you
real
think you're gonna make.
exactly.
Listen,
A strong real estate investment can take you easy 10 to 15 years before you start seeing profit. Remember, me tell you, don't listen to, you didn't know, the people in your office will tell you, say, remember one time, I won't call any name, but bigger up if she remember herself. And one time we were joking back in my 95 days, and she said to me, say, Alex, I know I cut you, but I want to say this point.
this man.
I said to her, say, she a joke, boy, who have money, do have money, this is back in the day. And she said, go because all your talk, you still a rent where you live. And it was true. Also, I worked with my landlord, so it was very true. And everybody knew it was my landlord. So it was very, very funny. Um, and that made the conversation go down the line of renting versus mortgage, blah, blah, blah. And the usual thing that older people always say to younger people. What do you mean? So you really rent a place for 80 and 90 grand?
You say you're gonna live
But
here in a rent house.
yeah, no, hold on. No.
Live
You
your
really
life
have
in a
to,
rent house.
exactly that. And you rent a place for 80 or 90 grand, but my mortgage is 40 grand. Miss
But
Johnson,
the upkeep,
you got your mortgage in 1993. We can't go back to 93 and get the mortgage. A mortgage now is hundreds of a mortgage on a regular place. They're not even going to go to the Holy Grail, the New Kingston apartment, which not that it's
oh
the Holy
no.
Grail, but it always overpriced. But you can get a $40 million apartment. A $40 million apartment, the mortgage is in the what, maybe 300,000 400,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a $20 million
Wait,
apartment
wait,
can
wait.
go in
What?
300,000 400,000 a month as the payments.
How
For 40
much?
mil?
40 mil.
No, man. You're on 200 or so. I think.
No, yeah, no, yeah.
No,
Let me
no,
get my
no.
numbers.
But
No, go
then when
ahead.
you're adding, but when you're adding the insurance
Yeah, man. Them
Uh-huh.
not
and
talk
your
about that. Them talk about the
maintenance,
insurance. Yeah, yes. Talk, man.
Yeah,
Talk.
the
yeah,
listen, when
yeah.
you add all those things up,
Yeah,
trust me,
rough. And people forget that, guess
rough.
what? When you're in real estate now, that means that you're the dirty landlord.
Oh
Eh?
my
You have a
God.
business.
Yeah.
I
So
always find that weird.
yeah, if the
Literally
price rough,
everybody I meet,
yeah,
literally everybody I meet that want to do the landlord thing. I really look at them and say, boy, like it's a Jamaican dream, bro, to be a landlord. But then I sign in and I see the landlord is the evil of the world, and I'm like, but that's what you want. Like, literally all you guys want to be that thing. Like, wow.
I mean, I have a different, well, I sort of have
You
a
know what I'm
different.
saying?
May I try
They
not
say you're
bend
not a
time?
landlord. That's what I'm saying.
Oh God. And I think, all right, I think I can speak well from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
mm-hmm,
being all right, I grew up in a particular way, and like, all right, money was not my family was not wealthy,
mm-hmm,
but at points along the way, opportunities presented themselves. For example, like owning property or something. All right, cool.
mm-hmm,
And great, it's good. You can borrow against it. Lovely. But then the roof, something happens to the roof, or something happens to the wiring. Or if you're like me, you build something and you do a brand new bill, new wiring and everything, and then is a frig up contractor you use, and you have to go through and do everything again. Cause you don't know, literally start back from scratch. Um, so there are a lot of things that would make me hesitant to encourage people to go into property management. However, um, I do realize that it's an easier pill to swallow. Because, all right, for example, if I have friends, they're of the age now, them want buy something, whatever, and I'm like, I've always been the person to say, don't buy an apartment. Please don't buy an apartment. You can't add on. You can't build. You can't, you're going to rent out one room. You're going to rent it out to with somebody else in there to help you pay the mortgage. I've been that. I'm always that friend. Um, and nobody really wanted to take on the landlord side because, especially if they've seen what I've gone through, they're like, I don't really love this for myself, right? But I have found that they are more, especially maybe older persons, are more receptive to, I'll be being very late in their journey, in quotation marks, late, um, to go into some kind of property management, whether it is them build a little flat on them house or them buy somewhere and whatever. I find that they're much more willing to do that, take on all of the stress, all of the things that come attached to it, versus, yo, I bought Fesco in the, like when it IPO'd, and I never know nothing about nothing. But I was like, all right. And it made money. I wasn't even watching the market or whatever. And I think I had my first session with you, Danai, and you're like, buy more Fesco. And I'm like, that time that I believe in a diversify. Oh, because I'm worried, I want to preserve my capital. So I don't want it spread out. No, I prefer for it to be spread out so the risk is spread out, blah, blah, blah.
Very technical. Warren Buffett says.
And Fesco always sticks out to me because I think it was less than 3 months, it was like 100 and something % increase. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And it was like one of eight. And I was so mad with myself. So mad. I'm off on a tangent now. I apologize. But yes, I find that people are more willing to go the route of real estate to try and build wealth versus investing in the stock market or whatever. And I think I have been privileged, in quotation marks, to see things from both sides. Right now, I don't know if anybody could get me to buy nothing because I want somebody else to have the headache. I promise you. I don't
Yep.
want it. And I'm not
Yep.
trying to dissuade people, but that's just the reality. That maybe isn't spoken about enough. And I know my situation might have been a little different because a lot came all down on me at once. So it kind of is literally baptism by fire. And you're not just dealing with one, you're dealing with like 8 to 9, depending on the time period. So it's a lot. It is a lot. If it's one, it's a lot. If it's more than one, it's a lot. So I say a lot to say. I think using the stock market or investing to help you do the other types of investing that you want to do is a great way to preserve your sanity, to preserve your capital. Like, I know that the definition of capital preservation doesn't really speak to it. It's supposed to be, long-term, safe stuff, low risk, whatever. But in my mind,
Safest way to preserve is to grow.
There we go.
facts,
Yeah, man, the
facts,
best defense against loss is profit.
Yep.
facts, facts.
Brother, I can check no for them thing. Yeah. Like, if you see a stock stagnant for very long, what do you think happened to you, Randy? And Jay?
It depends on the stock.
True, but in general, like
Oftentimes it's a go fall. People are gonna start thinking it's a go fall.
Yeah, people gonna start exiting.
stagnant
And
often
then,
means it's just not crossing this line too much. It usually falling below that line very, 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 very often.
yep. Yep. And then the people who are in it, the longer they're in it and the longer they're waiting, is the more frustrated they get.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Every time it goes up and down near that line,
So
the
not
people
the
who
same
buying
thing
at the
with the
top.
real estate situation though.
No, don't do that. Hold on, no, don't do that. Make it finish first.
Come on, no,
Listen, one
what was
sec,
one?
one sec, one sec. It's not the same with the real estate situation, but finish your point, Jerry, and then Alex, and then we can have the
Yeah, man.
pajama gentleman who has stepped in.
Yeah, man. So every time you find that it goes up to the upper limit where it ends up topping off most of the time, a set of people buy there and then it falls back. And then every time it gets back close to that point, those same people start selling off.
Mm-hmm.
So every time it
And,
shows some signs of life, there's a
mm-hmm.
set of people in there wait for
And
some
then think
time
of
though.
everybody that
Oh,
was above it, and they keep seeing loss. At some
exactly.
point, they sell, and when they sell to
Yep.
that person, then I'm coming at 99, and I come in at 99. Jerry, who bought at 105, sell to me. But then everybody, I'm never going to see profit because I keep seeing 9900, 9900. Then now go to that
Hmm.
150. What's going on? I'm gone. And when I'm selling out at a loss, then that's somebody else. The
Yeah, man.
stable stock, whatever stable thing there, it's like thing there. If you were to try make Randy, if you were Jerry too, if you were to make 5% over a year on the market,
Yeah.
what would be your approach? Would you think of it? So the talk you always hear around, oh, I'm trying to be conservative, right? So you want to diversify very far,
Mm-hmm.
and you do whatever. That doesn't protect you from like in the realm of
Absolutely not.
making 5%. Your best bet
Yeah, man.
is to find a 20%
Yeah,
and
exactly.
leave at 5
That's exactly
instead
what
of
Hmm.
I.
wait for a year with a bag of different stocks in the portfolio, and but you need to feel less risky. You it it does it's the same needless diversification. I'm diversifying just because I think it helps me, not actually looking at the way it helps me. Doing that, nah. Cause that same stock, that them 5 stocks they can drop, not even those 10 stocks that you're being very diversified for, can still fall 10%. Or one of them fall by 50 and everything else only make 1%. Or one of them fall by 50 and the rest of them make the 5%. But it mash up your whole gig now.
I mean, we
Because
see it. We see
that
it.
one will have too much of your money.
We see it. March 2020.
Damn.
It happened just the other day.
Yeah. March 2020. I didn't want. Well, you're right. You're right. You're right. March 2020 was COVID, and there
Yeah,
was a dip
man.
there.
Uh-huh.
You're right. And
Recovering from that was a hell of a thing for me.
yeah, but Alex, I feel like we interrupted you. You never finished your
Yes.
point.
Um, I don't
I'll give
quite
you a second. I'll go for
remember.
water, Andy. Too far.
Yeah.
I don't
Remember
quite
to mute,
remember.
and I. Oh, I'm sorry if you don't remember,
No
but
problem.
you're saying you're talking about just being prepared to either prepared with what you take on, prepared with what you either take on when it comes to the real estate thing, or know not to take it on. I laugh when you said it because I often say to people, say, why you think you'll hear me say all the time, say, yo, I cannot buy a house.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't take up the money and do that because I know the reality of the numbers. I say it all the time, big up Mr. McDonald. Arden High School maths teacher, he was teaching us interest and simple interest. And to do it, he said, let me teach you something that you'll have to know for the rest of your life. I'll teach you about a mortgage. And that was the class that I was sitting in, and I worked out how much, and this was way back in the day. I worked out how much a mortgage was, and I never forget going, oh, I'll never have a house. Because I'm never going to take this much money to qualify to pay this much money for the next 20 years. Because it doesn't work as payoff for me. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it or bad with it. I'm not saying it can't make money. I'm not saying it's not good. It is a method of investing if you can work it. But most people who do it don't actually work out the numbers before. And most
Mhm.
people, as you say, Alexa, you're privileged in that a lot of it you didn't necessarily have to do the initial on.
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, maybe I misunderstood.
Um,
Sorry.
no, as in there is, all right, there's a part that wasn't like
Uh-huh.
that, and a very big part that was. And I learned more from the latter. Um, when I said what I meant by, basically I've been able to see live, not just, oh, sometimes we think something,
Mm-hmm.
and when you get the thing, you're like, oh, this is not really what I thought. It's not all it's chalked up to be.
Yeah.
I have been able to be on the side of um, real estate, real estate, real estate,
Mm-hmm.
buy or own. And having now done that, um, and put it this way, some of it is not even mine, but the level of stress it is, there's nothing you can do but take it on as yours, because if something isn't working, the leak is roofing. I mean, the leak, yeah, I need to go to sleep. The roof
It's
is
leaking.
leaking, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, those things literally attach to you. The phone rings and you're like, Jesus Christ, what wrong
Yeah.
now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um there's lots of psychological and emotional things attached to the things that we want,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know what those emotions will be until we're in the thing. Um, I always like a saying I normally say is, I don't need to get shot to know that a gunshot hurts or can harm me. But you see, when
True.
you get shot, it's a whole different, it's a whole different feeling. So having been on both sides, that's what I mean when I say the privilege. I've lived on both sides, and right now I kind of would prefer a different side. Um, because I mean, and this is not a real estate thing, but another one of the realities of this thing is, okay, all right, so if you're not, if your family don't never have property or whatever, and you're the one starting this real estate journey, and you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to um break the generational curses and
Yeah.
build generational wealth. And I don't want to sound like I'm uh what's the word, I'm
Cynical
not
or
talking down.
ungrateful. Okay,
And
okay.
yeah, I'm not ungrateful or whatever, because I mean, you just have to know that anything you pray for, you need to pray for the wherewithal for deal with what comes with it. Because if you're starting out, and the way you're starting out is a mortgage, know that your chances to get another mortgage or just another loan for anything else is ridiculously hard. No matter how many lease agreements I show that, yo, I don't pay this mortgage, tenants pay this mortgage. For the love of me, me can't get another loan. Me cannot get a
Yeah.
loan. There are things that come along with, you know, these things that we just don't always know until we're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so if it is what you want to do, no problem. I'm in it. It's kind of hard to turn back at this point. I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely not progressing in the way that I thought I would have when I started. Um, but being able to rest some of the emotional or the mental stressors that come along with this very real life, um, I want to say hard copy, because I know a lot of people don't believe in stuff unless they can touch it and whatever, right? So you can see
Mm-hmm.
the building, you feel the building, you see the water or whatever. But sometimes the soft copy stuff help to make the hard copy things better. It's kind of like soft skills and hard skills too. Um, it's great to have these hard skills or whatever, but it's really the soft skills that get you through.
Yep.
So if if you want to do this real estate thing, take my foolish advice. Um, help um, what is it? Help prepare yourself for when the storms may come. the accidents may come, at least when you need money, you know that you're not starting from scratch. You're not, hopefully, whatever you've put in has multiplied to a point that can help you in ways that you won't be able to fathom. It really does help to relieve some of the emotional stressors that come along with it. And for me, that is very practical. Like, I don't want the nice, quote unquote, nice to have things. You can't get those things without the stress that comes along with it. So if you can find a way to mitigate that, and for me, investing in the stock market is my version of capital preservation. It's very specifically related to that.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
basically it.
I couldn't, yeah, I'm with you. I couldn't imagine doing, as much as we talk about not ever buying anywhere, or, like I don't look on real estate as an investment, meaning for me, if I have real estate, it'd be for me to live in or to enjoy, but I wouldn't necessarily look at it as an investment. Not that it's not an investment. I feel like I have to be very careful when I say that. But you are speaking in a real way about some of the stresses of it, and part of those stresses are why you'll hear me say I can do it as an investment personally because it's not a stress I want to take on. But even if I'm doing it as an investment or not, I would not do it without the stock market because the stock market can be a saving grace. Yeah,
Really and truly.
yeah. I mean, I know people who are right now, is the stock market giving them the money to do the renovation on the house.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, a lot of people. That's the
I
goal.
wouldn't be surprised, boy.
Yep.
It is very close to
You
home.
would not be
Insurance.
surprised.
Yeah.
When I
It,
brought up insurance, that's a literal real life thing. Realizing that another part of the whole thing is that okay, them say you get the house, whatever, blah blah blah. And okay, if there's no lien on the house, you're not
mm-hmm.
mandated to get insurance, for example. And I don't know at what point it clicked to me that there is no insurance on this particular place. And bare things kept happening to the place. And I'm like, yo, something feels off here. And I'm like, wait, this not have no insurance. And how did I pay the insurance? For myself. Dollar? I feel
Okay.
some dollar. I mean, it was the reality of this the reality of that insurance thing was I think I figured it out February for whatever reason. And I'm running down this insurance company. I think I did, Dana, I think I probably even asked you, do you know any companies that do this type of insurance or something? Because I had been having a hard time finding
Hmm.
um somebody, and I wanted somebody else to do the footwork for me. I'm not interested in something that so I was fine with working with a broker, whatever. And I don't know if people weren't taking me seriously, cause I look young or whatever. And I'm like, all right, I find this one person. The thing just paid last this month for whatever reason. They weren't serious about. I don't know if they didn't think I didn't have the money or whatever. But I was just like, ma'am, I have your money. We can pay right now. Like, let's do this over the phone.
It,
That being able to do that is a big stress. Like, it helps so
removal.
much. Trust me. I mean, I can't. A lot of the attachments to a house, or people view a house as an investment because okay, this is for my family and whatever. And so investments are not just about the financial side. I get it, but they come with a financial side. So if this is what you say you want to do, right, you want the house for yourself, you want the apartment, great. You need to pay insurance, whether it is in your mortgage, or you have to find the money. And that is also life and property insurance. Two different things to, by the way, you have to find the money for. So I literally use the stock market to help me to pay for these things. That's basically all I'm saying. Find
Right.
a different way to help mitigate your risk, your stress, whatever, that isn't as labor intensive, definitely not as capital intensive. You know what I mean? Um, for me, that is practical.
Yeah, big up you. I mean, I'm happy to hear it. I never thought of that twist on it, but I'm happy to hear it.
Mhm.
Keep doing it. And
I've
that kind of problem, once that kind of problem you
go ahead,
mentioned,
man.
where you say like even though you're pointing out that you're not the one paying the mortgage on the two houses, I know that sort of thing. You're at the bank or you're at the institution, and the person say, all of them seem to understand, yeah, but the system say, or yeah, but the rules say. Consider maybe incorporate something, and then the payment is expenses,
I was going
and
to think about that. I was going to ask
yeah,
about that. Why you do
yeah,
this? If as a company, it might work out better.
We
yeah, because then the
we
company has X
started
amount
this
of cash flow.
conversation. We started this
Ah,
conversation, Randy.
Oh,
But
oh, rough.
honest to God, I can't take on nothing else
I
right now.
know.
Like I know the practical side of it. I
Uh-huh.
know it's there. I just wish somebody else could do it for me right now. I need to, kind of further reduce my stress level so that I can
Handle that. Yeah.
handle that because I really need something to help, you know?
Well, maybe a sensible person will reach out. I can tell you, Dana and I talk about this privately all the time. Right now, there's a whole heap of work out there for anybody who is a sensible accountant and a sensible lawyer. Somebody who don't want the go the usual typical route. If you're willing to cut your own path, I mean, you've seen how some of the lawyers cut their own path. You see like the Abel Dons, you see like the this is other lawyer that's very popular. His name
Golf.
slipping. Yeah, but
Big
even
Knock.
golf is yeah, even you know what? Both of those
Big Knock
examples
cut him one part. Can't say
are
nothing about
two.
that.
That is true. He certainly has cut his own path, and golf is maybe has gone maybe more the more typical path. But in an organization where so regular people might not seem young, but to in that space he's very much a
Hmm.
young and vibrant lawyer. So I think that if there's a lawyer out there or lawyers out there who are looking to make them own path and looking to go into something else, there are a lot of young people who have made a lot more money than they expected, a lot quicker than they expected, and they're willing to pay to have things done. Like they're willing to pay to have certain things set up for them. And I don't just mean incorporate the company and charge people 60 grand. I mean, I mean an actual, handle actual problem. A sensible lawyers, there's more than enough. There's more work than people realize out there. If
No
I
food on this
lawyer,
table, bro.
yeah man, whole
Gosh.
heap of food out there. So consider this a open call for sensible lawyers and sensible accountants. Whole heap of people want you know some money. Because I understand the frustration. I hear it, Alex, in your voice where you even if I see it that makes sense, I can't do no more. I can't go sit down on a line for ray, and then
Hmm.
worse, when you're at the line, the phone are ring and then takes your next pipe bus. And the roof need for fix up and ray. Yeah, and you wonder if the workman them a chop you because you know fix the roof last month. So yeah, but you want to do
Randy,
the whole
stop
roof.
stepping on my condom.
Yeah, no,
Stop
I know,
stepping on.
I know the worries. I know the worries. I know the worries.
Oh,
I know the worries. And that's so
yeah.
much that cost. It's not supposed to cheap and yeah. So keep
I
pushing
mean,
and
that's a
keep the market
real,
behind you.
yeah. What you're mentioning is also a very real and important thing. Like delegation is basically what may I look for. May I look for people for delegate things to, and I'm willing to pay because if I can delegate those things to them, I can focus on the things that I can do, or the things that I am much better at.
Mm-hmm.
That way, actually bring in the money. So if it means I'm have to go hustle a little harder, if I can pay your fee, I'm down for that.
Well, Randy just
Because
step up on your con.
I never
No,
mean
no,
Randy per se.
No,
This
no.
my
was the
con, just step
old
back one too,
call.
cause
Oh, I'm speaking to the choir. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good condo. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to point out. So people, I know if you listen on Twitter, you might be sure that nothing good is happening in Jamaica and nobody's getting anything and it's terrible. But see a little opportunity there from a couple of people. Reach out. That's all I'd
Please
say.
do.
Reach out. Yeah,
Only legitimate people. I know
yeah,
about wiring and stuff now. You can't trick me.
yeah. Yeah, don't make nobody pay for wire no money. Don't make nobody pay for say just for a small fee of But if people serious, there's opportunity out there. And I like that you said this, Alexa. Privately, other people are in a very similar situation. So reach out. There's work out there for people who are willing to cut their own path. Thank you so much, Alexa. I know you say you need to sleep. I need to sleep too, then I need to sleep too. So I'm gonna talk to the last person who sent a request, Mr. Pajama himself.
Mr. Billions.
Mr. Billions, apologies.
Mr.
Mr. Billions.
Billions. Yeah, I was just speaking on the whole real estate thing. But y'all really touched on a few things. I was just going to say, like, regardless of the stock market or regardless of the real estate market, you really have to have a plan, because I know a lot of people, and even me, throughout the pandemic, we had a lot of properties that we just never was getting bookings for. You get me? And we had to strategize and just rally back, because we had done a lot of renovations and we had done a lot of stuff, investments, and we had to find ways to actually turn a profit other ways. You get me?
Like
So
what? Like what, Mr. Billions?
like, you have to just diversify your portfolio. So would I be starting businesses like even the mask thing? A lot of people made a lot of money supply and demand off a mask and just supplying whatever was needed at the time. You get me? So if one thing is not working for you, have a plan that, hey, let me see what else can work. You never be afraid to invest. You never be afraid to test it or test something. And the whole thing about capital preservation, um, I don't really believe in preserving capital. I believe in growing. You get me? So I'm a very risky person, I would say, where I'm very aggressive with my risk, which has gotten me this far, and even though I got hit at the earlier part of the pandemic, the pandemic is over right now, I would think, and we're doing a lot of real estate investments right now and property banking. And what I really want to say is just your strategy. What is your strategy to get your money out of something or get your money some other way if something stops working? Because just as how the real estate market was working for her or for a lot of people throughout the pandemic, the stock market might not work at some point again, because a lot of people might just be selling because things are getting bad. You get me? So what are you going to do if the real estate is not working and the stock is not working? You have to try to find something else.
Short.
Pardon?
Short.
What do you mean?
If things are going bad, it's short. Short stock.
People selling. Yeah, most people sell off because bill have to pay and this have to buy and whatever. You get me? And this
You
is
know,
why a lot
join
of
them.
people.
Join them and sell something, man. I'll buy some, Join them
Yeah,
and sell some.
straight up.
No, no, but
No,
that's
big
the
man
reality
thing.
of
That's the
it.
point. No, that's the point. That's the fix.
Hmm.
If you need the money and it's in an asset other than cash, and the only way to get out the cash, unless you want to borrow against it, is to sell, then you're going to have to sell.
And then the next thing too, because it's like a double-edged sword, because you sell and you gotta pay a bill or you gotta pay whatever, and then you end up broke, which happened to most people, where most people were broke in the pandemic just because they never really had a plan. They just know, all right, I'll probably have this right now. I'm sell it off for top for stop a leak, and then them end up causing a bigger problem after that, because they never had a real plan. So anything you're doing, whether it be stocks, real estate, forex, business, you have to always have
try to create multiple streams from whatever you're doing, so that even if one stops, you have something else that is going or something else that is going. And just always be open to opportunities. Most
Yeah, I
people
hear you.
relax. Yeah.
But so this a show concentrate heavily on the market. And every time we have you on, ask the same question. You start buy stocks there
If
on the
me,
local
yeah,
market?
yeah, I put my foot in it, man. A couple
Okay.
things, and then even next year you're gonna say some
Hold
heavy
on.
things too.
A couple things like
We
Um,
talk to by now.
well, I bought into one-on-one the other day.
okay.
IPO or on the
Yeah, man.
market.
I bought into the hype, and I'm buying on the market soon. So by the end
When
of the
I
month, I
say,
should be putting in some more money in that.
when I say, brother,
Yeah.
brother. So why you
Let's
think
say I
you're
go.
making 65% so quickly?
What's
In
that?
less than a month, 65% profit. That is cashable, encashable so quickly.
I don't hear
What
what
is
you
it?
say.
What's it like making 65% on top of your money so
No, as in,
quickly?
I'm not looking at those small or short-term returns. I'm actually
Since
holding it
when?
because I feel it is, and I know it is a really good company based on what it is offering and stuff like that, and based on what it is doing with the education system
Wait, you know that space
right
yet
now.
too?
In terms of,
Education.
You teach.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
no, I
not
was
even
saying
not even that alone, but the wider,
I
like
don't
the
know,
wider
man.
public.
I was just to that point that what I say in the space, you see me?
Yeah.
Meaning, I can understand you looking at the space more than so being in the space. So
Yeah,
I say,
Yeah.
because even the next couple of years, like the entire system is changing right now. People are bringing tablets to go school right now. One time you couldn't even have a phone at school, and people have that, and everybody's sending things to your email or, hey, let's get on a Zoom meeting class now. Keep today. You get me? So those are the solutions.
one on
Or any
one.
any company that is offering any online based solution that is helping the masses to move from how Jamaica or the culture is normally pen and paper, to digital. The world is moving digital right now. So any company that is actually doing that, and it is worth looking at actually.
Probably should look at the T-Tech then.
No, I don't know that one.
Check it out, man. Digital company on the exchange.
I don't know
Heavy
that
on
one.
tech, been for long. Just look it up, man.
Yeah. But next year is I really looking to go really hard next year. Looking to buy
Go
some
call
more
really
shares
hard.
in it.
Oh, one on one.
Well, not that alone, but a couple of others.
Yeah,
Not
when
that
you
alone,
when
but
you thinking about right now, or what you mean by hard? You want to go hard? You mean buy enough
like,
shares, or you want to make certain returns, or the plan?
well, I want to, as I said, anything that I'm doing is not really for short-term gains. It's more like long-term gains. So it's when, for example, I'm done with a couple of projects that I'm actually doing right now, and then I'm like, all right, let me put some money in this, like some spare money, like I have a spare
So you
20
want
mil
to live off the
or
dividends with
so.
it.
Yeah.
A
Well,
spare 20 mil.
not even say the dividends, but more of, just being able to actually grow with these companies.
What? Really, but me and you know better say that a fluff.
No, but the dividends not really do not for me, honestly. Cause my expenses at
We
one
have
time is more than 10 mil.
we're putting the money there. In
Yeah,
fact,
Alright, well,
I mean,
because
expenses more than 10 mil, it don't matter.
here what I
If you
mean.
invest enough, you get 10 mil from whatever company you get in. So,
well, I'm not really looking at the dividends, because even from I buy the company, I don't even open the JSC
what may I
thing.
say
It's probably like
say,
tonight I was like
want to make
talking
money
to my
upon it.
version about it.
So if you put money in the thing on it and it go to zero, what the point of that?
But why would it go to zero? And even if it does go to zero, that is just a spare money that I'm willing to lose if it does. But I don't think it will, based on its track
Me not
record.
think it now. Me not think it will, I'm thinking now at the point where I say, you're just investing to invest it.
No, I'm investing based on the vision of the company, and I know the solution that it is providing to the market.
Yeah, so you're putting your money on it.
Yeah.
Buying it on the market now give the company any more money. So you're buying now because you believe in it. If you believe in it, expect it to grow.
And if it goes up, I make more money. But the thing is, I'm not looking at the short-term gains, like the 65 cents
So
that
we
it
want to
made.
go to long-term gains. What kind of
Long-term
gains
gain,
you're looking at?
I'm seeing it, as a company that probably over the next 5 years or the next 10 years, based on everything that is happening in the world right now, everything is going online. It is going to have a large market share, of all of that.
Give me a price.
A price, I can't really give a price like that.
Nah, I get
I
that. But
I
here's
don't
what I
work
tell
like
you.
that.
Here's
Oh
what I
yeah,
tell you.
say
I like
suppose
no
suppose
man.
165 in that 10 years.
No, I'm not really looking. Whatever it goes, like look at this, for example, right? I don't really invest based on, hey, I want this to go to $5 or to $10, right?
What do you
So when
Because
you
invest
buy
on?
when you buy
No, no,
forex,
no. Hold on.
that's cap.
Sorry.
That's
One
cap.
sec. What do you invest on? What do you
no,
invest
I
again?
invest based on the underlying value of the company. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
invest based on what is the because, for example, me, I start a lot of businesses, and all of
Mm-hmm.
the businesses that I start are based on providing a solution to a problem. So I know the big solution that this company is actually providing to the wider
Mm-hmm.
problem that most people are having right now, where even to the flooding in Kingston, people could have died in yard and I learned the same way.
That's true. Here we go. Come the grow. I've told you this before, but
Yeah, so
like how you enter the stocks game now. Come the grow. Usually I give a discount at this point, but I mean, if
but
you
you're
have
rich
below
man, you're
10,
good.
you have below 10 million a month, 85 US, you're not gonna even
That's not
notice it.
blowing. I'm investing my money. I always
I know
invest my money.
invest 85 US in some, I suspect some really, for you it might be life changing information.
Mm-hmm.
And I no doubt, no joke. If you do grow
Mm-hmm.
at the end of it, I think if you actually pay attention, you actually do the things that we're doing in grow, you
Mm-hmm.
will actually see a level of benefit that I suspect you will take
Mm-hmm.
out of even just the stocks game. So
Because
my baby,
even for
come to
me
grow,
right
come to
now.
the next grow. No man, everymickle.com/GRWR.
Mm-hmm.
everymickle.com/GRWR. Or if you click on my profile, I'm sure the link is there somewhere. But come to
Mm-hmm.
grow because I think your thinking around investing overall will change. I'm not saying
In
that
in terms of in terms of what exactly though?
in terms of understanding investing fully. And I'm not saying
Say,
that you
say,
don't think that I'm saying that you'll come to grow and then you'll want to sell
no,
one on one. That's not at
no.
all
But
what I'm saying.
let me ask a question. You think that I don't understand investing when I make over $10 million a month?
Definitely.
I'm almost 100% sure you don't. I've
I
listened to your
you're
stuff before, but
so you're
I'm
sure
not
that I
saying
don't understand when I can show you $100 million right now?
Sure,
I've no,
definitely.
I have no doubt that showing me doesn't mean that you understand. You
You
missed
Or
the
got
sh-
first
you
part of the show.
no, but I don't understand. How do you not understand a person who is making money from something that they say that they're making money from?
Because lots of people say they make money from things, but that's not how it go.
Oh,
Again,
so is it
okay,
that I
what do
can't
you?
show you
but
that I'm
but
making the money?
No, you
but
can, man.
but,
You
but we
can.
never
You
said that.
can.
Mm-hmm.
You can. We're saying
But you
that
just say I
showing
don't
the
understand investing.
We
exactly. So
just
I'm
tell me say you
saying
don't invest to make
No,
money.
no, I did not say I don't invest to make money. I said I'm not investing to make 65 cents on a dollar.
And then me say, and then
That
me
is
say
not
what you
money for
want to
me.
make. I'm gonna say what you
okay.
want to
What
make.
is money for you? What is money
What is
for you?
money on
No,
that
my
dollar?
thing. Look at
Same
this,
thing.
right? You have certain companies, and if you guys are investing just to make money, you'll never really make money, honestly. You get me?
Become yourself, boss.
No,
Wait a
no,
sec.
no. The man is laughing because let me ask a question. No, I want to show you something. For example, right?
Okay,
Let me
bro.
show you something. For example,
Hold on, hold on.
Ignore Danai.
no,
Ignore Danai.
Uh,
I'm listening.
no,
I'm
no.
listening.
Let me show
Ignore
you
Danai.
something.
I'm
For
listening.
example, if I'm investing just to make money, right? And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to say the specific name of the business or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I've had businesses where I'm spending probably 5 mil just on like probably building out the business and that is per month, paying people, paying this, paying that, right? For multiple months. Like I have a business right now where I'm spending like 2 mil a month. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
to build out the business from a couple of months now. That is well over 20 mil, right?
10
And
months.
yeah, over 10 months,
Yeah.
20 mil.
Well,
You get
10.
me? And then
Two a month.
yeah,
10.
yeah.
20.
Yeah, but look at this. If I was investing just thinking about the money or making this money back right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would have stopped probably 3 months in when I realized, oh, things are probably moving slow or this or that and the roadblocks and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my ultimate vision is not to just make the money, which most people are, their vision is just to make money because they're trying to pay rent. I'm not trying to pay rent, right? I'm trying to invest in things that are providing a solution, a long-term solution that will help change other people's life. And then that is when the money will come in. That is when the real money will come in. And that's how you get to the stage when you're making real money.
I give you an example of what real money
Or
will look
real money
like.
look like?
Real
How
money
much money is
over
that?
over 100, over 10,
Over
over
100.
10, over 10 is real money. $1 million Jamaican is not real money. That's like
So,
$7,000 US. I spend that in a day.
oh, that's
So it's over 10 million
massive money.
Jamaican is money.
Yeah, that's 60K US.
And you can't invest and get that.
What do you
So
mean I
if
can't? What am I doing
So
when I'm
you
starting a
no
business?
you
Isn't that
you
investing when I'm
no.
starting a
but
business?
you tell me say if me invest to make money, me not make money. But
Bro,
you know, me not make
I
real
don't
money.
think you're trying to understand what I'm saying. And I think
No, me
I
I
am
don't
repeat
think
it.
trying to understand.
I don't
I'm
think you're
not
trying to
getting it,
understand
man.
what I'm saying. And I feel like you're being
Give me a
defensive. And
I'm
my
not.
approach in life, because for example, me clicking on the unmute thing just to say something to provide guidance to somebody and motivation that hey, regardless of you falling down, get back up and push on and just try to find other solutions. I feel like you're operating from a point where you feel like you know everything. Me, I could have the most money in the world and I do operate like I know everything.
That
I'm
is true.
always open, and which is why I'm here and
Always be
just educating
teachable.
you, and then you ask me a question and I'm like, all right, let me answer this or let me whatever.
Always be
So
teachable. I agree with you. Hold on, now Daniel, one sec, because I think he's right. You're just in this thing for the money.
oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm right.
If I get a lot of what you're saying, Mr. Pajama, because you're saying, and it's a thing I've heard before, that if the business only makes money, then it's kind of a failure, right? Because you can make the money when the money stop what,
The
right?
money
You don't
stop.
really
The money just stop.
exactly. So you're looking for something stronger than just a quick return, which is why the 65% gain currently wouldn't really be
Yeah, nah, man,
that
nah, look at
impressive
that.
to you.
Mhm.
And yo, I'm with you, I'm the
Mhm.
same way. I have investments that are up 100%, and I don't cash them out either. Not because the gain isn't good, but because I believe that there's a greater amount to come
Yeah.
and a greater footprint to come. So like I would give up $1 million now if it becomes something that can give me $1 million every month in 10
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
But you see what I'm doing at the
Yes.
end there?
Mhm.
I have a number that I'm giving up, and I have a
So that you
number that
can.
and I have a number that I also want.
Yeah.
I understand you saying that 65% is not the goal for you. That is perfectly
Yeah, I'm not going to
fair.
cash out at 65. That's not going to do nothing for me.
So where
And
would you
even if we
cash
go
out?
back to one, I'm not going to cash out.
Where would you cash out?
No, it's not a matter of like when where would I cash out really? Like that's what you're
Yeah.
asking me?
Yeah, where would you cash out? Where's the level at which you would cash out?
All right, the level that I think I would cash out and start actually taking profit is probably probably when I hit probably 3x if I'm looking at the money. But longer term or a stock like this, I'm looking for longer than that because guess what? The future is here and the future is longer than 10 years or the future is longer than 5 years.
That's
And the
true.
type of technology that is coming in the world right now where everything is going online, you realize that everything you do it on your phone. You barely even write anything in a book or a piece of paper.
Not
All
me,
your
but I get
meetings,
you. I get you. But
yeah.
but hold on, talk to
Mhm.
me. You start the sentence by saying maybe three.
Maybe
So
no,
if
because my standard is I look to make
300% is massive.
I look to make at least three times, and then I have that habit from trading. Like for example, last year I lost $100,000 in one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was August last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then a month after that, I made $200,000 back. You get me? And then I made like some 20K, 30K, 50K over the months, and then I had another 100K, no, another 85K, then I had another 200K day. You get me? So if I was looking at the losses or having a bad day or something not working at the moment, I would have given up. You get me? Which most people give up because COVID hit and say me have my mortgage to pay and I can't pay it because of this. The money now coming from this. What else? What other ways are you going to find for the money to come in? Which is why me, I always ensure that I invest my Forex profits, and I use Forex as my bank, where I invest my Forex profit into businesses or into different ventures that can provide a return for if, all right, I'm not trading this month, or I'm not trading for the next 2 months, my good same way. But most people are just looking at one thing as their only source of income, which is a job, or probably the stock market, or probably, or let me do real estate. You get me? And then they start making a certain money, then they settle. You get me? I'm not settling. I understand that, hey, every dollar that I have should be going out and bringing more dollars to me. I can't work for my money because Forex is still manual working, because I have to get up, I have to trade, I have to make my money, right? That's trading the stock is still manual work. You have to get up, you place a
What would
trade.
make sense? I get what you're saying, and based on what you're saying, not to cut you, but based on what you're saying, then what would make more sense is like if you really invest money like in like a company where other people's effort then make you money, right?
Yeah, basically.
And then so other people's effort would make money for themselves and for the company, and then those expenses coming off the revenue would leave profit, and then the profit would be paid out to all shareholders as like a sort of like a dividend.
Basically.
So maybe you should just come to the local stock market. Like I said, I'm glad you're here now.
No, the thing is, no, it is. I'm actually doubling in the local stock market now, yes, but it's not something where I'm looking at and saying, hey, this is going to be my main source of income, or hey, I'm going to put all my eggs here, because sometimes the market moves slow.
Well, if you're doing it wrong, it does. But what's important.
No, but
is
what
that
you mean it? If you do it wrong, it does. Every market have a slow point. You could have been doing it right or wrong. Every market has a slow point at some point. You could be doing real estate right all your life, making a bag of money, and then you have a slow point because something happens.
I agree. There are times when the market is more exciting than other times. But the beauty of practical investing is that it allows you to be able to make money regardless of the time. Now, I'm not saying that it means that every day you can get up and make 300%, but every day you're able to get up and make delta. Every day you're able to get up and make alpha, not delta. Every day you're able to get up and do something on the market that helps you. I like what you're saying, but I'm saying that you really, really should consider coming to grow because it might shift your perspective. And I know you can afford it. And I know, just trust me. Just
no.
to grow,
I never said that I would
help
not,
you.
I never said that I would not,
I want you to say that you would, because it would really help you. What I also think would help you is just a shift in understanding that the thing that you say you're doing, nobody's asking you to do it alone. Nobody's asking you to do stocks only. Don't assume that people are only doing that. There are a lot of people doing
but
real estate.
I just said me making 10 mil plus is not like I don't have an understanding of investing. I don't understand.
Yeah, because
that's
being
not
able to
making the money is a different thing.
No, but let me ask you a question, Dana, right? Let me ask you a question, Dana, right? Can you just break that down for me, please?
Dana, I'll take this one. No, man, I'll take this one.
No, man, no, not you.
No, Randy's going to say it because
Dana, come on, man. I want you to break it.
I'm fine. Say it to them.
Come on, break it down for me.
Dana,
come on, man, break it down for me, man.
Hear me out, Mr.
I will. You want me to do it?
I want you to.
Randy.
I will.
Randy, stop it, man. Randy, give the man a chance to break it down for me.
He has more than enough chances. Trust me. I'm helping you.
Randy, come on. Randy, give the man a chance to break it down for me, please.
I'm going to use that
because I want to learn from the great Dana.
Cool.
You want to learn what?
I want to learn exactly what you're saying and how I should change my mindset from being such an aggressive investor and stop
Nobody said
$10
that.
million a month.
Who said that? Who said that?
Didn't you say that to me a while ago?
No, I did not.
You didn't say that. Hear me out.
Oh God, this is recorded, right, Randy?
It is recorded. You've said that you've said that you've made 65% on. I said that you made 65% on 1 hour. If you bought an IPO, that's how much you're up now. 65% in
yeah.
30
and I said
days.
that I'm not cashing
amazing.
out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Which most people would cash out, right?
How did you
make
no, I don't
65
know
cents.
people would cash out.
It doesn't matter.
Cash out.
Because most people who invest don't even understand the market.
Stop watching. I agree, and we're saying
we agree with those
people.
Most people who invest in an IPO just want to flip it.
And that's fine, and we agree.
But you said that you would do that because you said you'd
no,
sell.
No, but nothing is wrong with doing that. There's a lot of things that are flip. That doesn't mean that is my investment strategy for everything.
But nobody.
We agree. Nothing is wrong with that either.
Hear me, Pajama Man. You say that you made.
Boy, Randy, you're not give Dana the chance,
I will in a moment, but I want you to see something first. You say that you made 65% on top of your IPO money, right? At least the money
Mm-hmm.
that's in 101, right? In the
Yeah.
last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
How did you make it? Why did you make 65%?
Now, why did I make that 65%?
Yeah, how was that 65% made?
No, that's 65% was made based on just people having, good faith in the stock and people just buying up the stock and stuff like that. The IPO push, the common IPO push that Jamaica has.
Okay, so what you just said is evidence of you not understanding the market.
Okay, so why did it go up then? Weren't everybody buying into it?
www.everymickle.com
No, but I'm asking you, weren't
/GRWR.
everybody buying into the stock?
No,
Doesn't
I
the stock?
myself have never bought it. So no,
Me
Okay,
everybody
neither.
most people
wasn't buying
did.
into it. No, most people didn't.
Most
But
people did
watch
not.
me.
All right.
Watch me. I'm saying that 65% in a month is great money. It is there are people who invest their entire lives and never make
But I did
65%.
not say it is not great money. I did not. I just
No,
said
man,
that I would
but I'm
not
not
cash
done.
out. Why would I cash out?
That's
I
cool.
think you're being
Nobody's saying
defensive.
that you should.
Just listen to what is
Yeah,
actually
man.
being said.
Yeah, man. Listen to my actual words, not what you think I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's good that you've made 65%,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to be able to I want you to be able to do it repeatedly. And
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the lessons that you could learn at Grow can help you not just in this, but in anything, just in general investing. So come and you'll understand why it is. In fact, if you do it, I suspect there'll be a point where you listen to
No,
the
no, but I
recording.
feel like you're even going around the question now. That's it. You're trying to. Let me
No,
ask
I
a question,
answered the
right? Let me
question.
ask
I
a question,
answered the
right?
question. All
No,
right,
wait,
go
no,
ahead.
wait, no, Randy,
Go
wait, no,
ahead.
Randy. This is not about going to a class or whatever, right?
For you, it should be.
No, for me, it should be. I will evil because the thing is, the thing right now is, I said that I would not sell at 65 cents because that is not a profit level that I'm looking to take profit at, right?
Everybody's in agreement
Because
with that.
I
That's
understand
fine.
the value of this company, right?
That's
That
fine.
makes sense.
Then
That makes sense.
Mr. Danai, oh great one, is saying to me that, hey, you're making more than 10 million a month. You don't understand investing. You're
I
doing
did not say that.
foolishness. But what did
So
you
want to
say
hear what I
though?
actually said that too?
What did you say?
forget the questions in
And
between?
then I said you were being defensive.
And you're sounding very defensive, sir.
I'm not. I promise you.
All right, so I can speak without a midway rebuttal because you're going to
Without
misunderstand me.
Randy jumping in to your defense.
I'm worried about you jumping in when I'm speaking.
Me? No, man, you're good.
You
Man.
good?
We're having a
All right.
conversation.
So you said you're 65% up in a month, and that's good. I asked, what are you looking for? You're not looking to sell now. You said it's a short-term profit. You don't want that, and 65% is not enough for what you want out of this company. Cool. That's how you said,
What
right?
I want out of the company is not really, and I said to you, what I don't want out of this company is what I want out of this company is to see it grow and to see it do extremely well because it is solving a specific problem that should have been solved a very long time ago.
Cool. But you said 65% and the time you spent here already with the company is not enough for what you want out of the company. That's what you said, right?
I feel like you're trying to be smart with me.
Or you can listen to the recording later and realize that's what you said.
No, I'm listening to you, but I feel like you're trying to be smart with me.
No, I don't want to move.
Point.
No, I don't want to move forward and then you tell me, and then you backtrack. So
I will not backtrack.
Clarify every step. All right, cool.
I will not backtrack.
And then you said 5 to 10 years is what you're really looking out for. That's a
no,
long
I did
time.
not say 5 to 10 years is what I'm really looking for because the stock don't even must go that far, or the stock don't even
Go
must
what
grow
far?
too. No, what I mean is
how
the
far?
stock.
What level of growth are you looking for?
He had said something about $10.
I was going to say it. I'm going to get a midway rebuttal.
No,
and
Randy had said
But
something.
here we are.
Randy had said something about 5 or 10 or whatever dollars.
You said 5 and 10.
Okay, all right. Hear what? Ignore what I just said.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm disagreeing with.
No, ignore what I just said. No, ignore what I just said and continue. I'm making.
Right.
I'm having. You can make a point, and then I will make my point.
Sure. All I'm saying is, you said 65% and short term wasn't what you wanted, and then you said it's a long term hold for you.
No,
and I asked.
Go ahead.
You didn't.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. And then I asked, what do you want out of it? If 65%,
and I said I want a long-term growth out of it in terms of seeing it change people's life.
But then you said you were speaking about returns, and then when
No,
I said,
you were
"Can
speaking about returns, and I was saying to you that
boy, this is recorded, you know."
yes, it is. I know it is, and I'm glad it
All
is
right,
actually.
me too.
Yeah. So then I said to you, and then you felt a little way because
No,
I
I
said
said
that
you
not
said
every
about returns, and I
investment
asked
is
if you're not
based on
investing
a
for money.
monetary
All
value.
right.
Not every, because if every investment is based on a
I'm
monetary
not
value,
disagreeing with
you'll
that.
never become rich and wealthy.
Bro, please stop saying things like that.
But that doesn't make it, and that's what I'm disagreeing with. That makes no sense.
Mhm.
I understand that you can want something more from your
You
investment.
can want more
Like,
from
for
it and still
example,
get money from it. That's fine.
yeah. In
I'm not doing
fact,
what I'm doing now because only money. I want to help people. I want what I'm doing to change whatever. But I
best
still want
believe,
money from it. It's still a
best
business.
believe.
I'm not going to push money into this thing, and at the end of it, I'm just spending, and not coming out. That don't make
No,
sense.
but
So for
who would
sustainability
want
of the
to do that?
business.
Nobody would want to do that, and I did not say that I would do that.
But I wasn't saying.
And I did not say you were saying that. It's just what you said about, when I said to you that, hey, not every investment is about, you should be looking at just the money. You get me? Of course, you have some that you just look, all right, let me make a quick flip. But not every investment is worth the quick flip, because you probably do a quick flip and then you lose out on a bigger opportunity.
That is true. That is
That's
true.
true.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
then he
all
said,
agreed
then
there.
wait, no. Then he further said that me making 10 plus mil or me being
I
able
never
to
said
throw in
that. I said
100
something,
plus
and then
mil
you
right
came
now.
with the how much you're making a month.
Yeah, what
And
about it?
I disagreed with the fact that somebody can be doing that, making 10 mil a month, and them don't understand investing.
No,
Yo,
but you said that I don't understand investing. That's what you
Mr.
said.
Pajama,
Based
Mr.
on
Pajama,
other things you said,
understand
nothing
this.
to do with your 10 mil.
Yeah,
You can make your
understand
10
this.
mil and do your thing. That's cool.
No,
You
but
Good.
you
are
said that I don't
100.
understand investing. That's what
I
you said.
know, and I agree. I'm standing by that.
No, but why do you think I don't understand investing? That's what I want to know.
Because whenever an opportunity comes up for you to say something that
Say
shows an
something.
understanding of investing, you say gibberish.
No. Let me ask a question, right?
Yes.
What gibberish did I say when I said that I am looking for a long-term, you know, I'm looking at companies long-term, not in the sense of just money. I'm looking at the value that it is
Because then
creating
you
for
start
people.
investing for time. Nobody invests for
Yeah.
time.
And that
Here-
and,
You're
here's
not
some.
there for the
that is
long
where
term to
I
be for
think
the
we
long
will
term.
never agree, because
That's
you guys are
fine.
just looking at the money part of stuff,
You have
and
no
I'm
idea
not a,
what we're looking
But
at.
I'm
you
not an
have no
investor.
idea what you're looking at.
Learn.
You're not even what I'm saying to you right now. Because
Okay.
you misinterpreted a lot. And then you have a feeling about it based on whatever.
All right, understand this, Mr. Pajama.
Yes, Mr. Randy.
The showing the
Mhm.
showing of a lack of understanding of investment is evident whenever you speak about investing and assume that it's either money or no money. And if anybody isn't saying exactly what you're saying, then they're against you.
No,
And
but that's what
not.
you guys are doing.
Please
No.
just allow me. Listen
we're
clearly.
fine.
Just listen clearly. Listen clearly. The money is an important part of investing. In fact, successful investing of any type
Mhm.
doesn't mean that you don't make a lot of money from it. In
Mm.
fact, after a certain level, the money is indicative of the success of the thing. So, for example, Wisynco has changed a lot of how Jamaican business is done. As a result, they're also a multi-billion-dollar company. The money is actually, think of the money like points. If you're really good at the game and you have gotten good at the game, then you get more points from
So
what
my
you do.
points of having over 100 million is not valid.
It is valid in
It's
case
very
you're trying to
valid.
count numbers, but it is not
No,
show
but not
an
the same thing you tell me a
understanding.
while ago. So how do I do this consistently? Example.
Okay.
Let me give you an example before you continue, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always openly spoken about the situation of me not being able to get any formal loans, right?
Mm-hmm.
From any institution, whether it be a car
No,
loan, whether it be a
understand.
property
Yeah,
loan,
man.
whether it be
Yeah, man.
whatever.
Mhm.
How am I able to consistently manage my money well and be able to make these big purchases and still have these big bills? Because every day I get a bill of, probably a contractor call me, hey man, send over 500K. Today, send over 200K. Yesterday, send over this money. This pipe need to fix, that need to fix. Send over this money. Send over $1 million. We need to buy these items. I need to fly out twice. Send over 5 mil, send over 7 mil. You following me? And I'm able to do that consistently. Money, minus, and then I put it back. And then money is coming in from different angles. I know how to move around my money so that everything works, and it's not just one, it's multiple businesses that I'm actually investing in and turning and keeping my money turning, right? So I don't understand investing, and I'm able to do that consistently without the need or the backative of a bank, which most people are backative of a bank, right? Most people even work in the bank.
Not most people don't work in it. What are
Don't
you
work in
saying?
the
But no,
bank.
a lot of people work in the bank and don't even
Some people
No, a lot
work
understand
of
how
we
to
at
don't.
invest their money.
Yes, that is
Agreed.
true. Hold
We
on,
say half a
pause,
lot.
pause, 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 pause. You realize what you just said? A lot
Mhm.
of people work in the bank and they don't understand how to invest their money.
Mhm.
In the same way, a lot of people can have contractors calling them every month for 5 million or 7 million or send over something the pipe need to fix, and they don't understand investing.
So you
There
say
are 100
me
companies,
investing
there
my
are
money.
100 companies on the stock market,
Mhm.
and maybe the CEOs of maybe 5 of them
Mhm.
truly understand the stock market. Maybe
Mhm.
5, and I'm being generous.
Mhm.
So just because you're able to make money from one thing is not evidence of understanding another thing.
No, but this is not one thing. I'm making money from real estate, forex. You know,
That might mean you
I'm making
understand
money
real
from
estate. It might
equity
mean
plays as well.
you're making money from it. Great, but guess what?
Mhm.
When I ask you what
Mhm.
kind of money is your goal and what do you invest
No,
for, you
because
don't
my
have an
money is
answer.
not money is not the only thing I'm actually looking at. I'm looking at being able to
Yeah,
live
but I'm
life
only
It's not the
abundantly.
asking.
Where
only, but it's a part
But
of
I'm
it, right?
only I'm only asking about the money,
As,
bro.
as,
yeah,
as
Ask
money
me
is
as
a
about
Uncle
the
D
part of
said,
it,
part.
but you're saying I'm supposed to put a limit on it or put a
No,
figure on it, which is me putting a limit on it. If I said to
no.
myself that, hey,
no,
I
so what's
wanted to
cool for
make
you?
no, if I said to myself, right,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to make you know, for example, I just want to make from forex, right? I just want to make 10 grand. I'd limit myself and not make 200 grand or 300 grand. You get me?
No.
No, I
No.
would be limiting myself.
Every year on this market, I set up to make my goal at the start of the year is, Jano, I have a lot more now. I have to
So you
make
don't find that you limit
100% on
yourself
this.
sometimes. Or you limit yourself
Can I
and you're
speak?
making this money consistent. Yeah, I'm listening to you. Yeah,
And
man,
I say
speak.
I want to make 100% the year. And then very quickly, I reach that 100%. And then for the rest of the year, smooth sailing, enough money make.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Far
I
more than
work on
100.
yeah.
But it's the same thing. I didn't limit myself. I just had a target for what I want to make.
Mhm.
As soon as I
Yeah.
hit that, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Put
and
the next target
nothing is
now.
wrong with having a target, you know.
So, but the same thing, I saw.
Yeah, but nothing is wrong with having a target. But I'm saying to you
So
that
you're arguing against it.
I'm not. What I'm saying to you, right? My target or my goal is to ensure that regardless of whatever, happens in my life, I'm able to still be happy on a day-to-day basis, smiling. I'm still able to, get up and, still do every single thing that I could have ever wanted to do before. You following me? And even if I lose $1 million today, I'm still able to smile. Most people who probably lose $1 million today, not going to be able to smile. You get me?
Are
I
you
I
comparing
lose 10
yourself
grand
against
in the
other
market the
people?
other
But
day.
who are you comparing yourself to? What is most people?
I don't
Why
compare
just
myself to people.
What?
we just
I
did
don't.
many
No,
times.
I'm just saying most people. This is something that I've seen in the world where most people, they limit themselves. Every money rules them. Meaning, if them can't pay the bill a month time, them life over. Them have
But
to do certain
what
type
does
of
that have to
things.
do with setting a goal? What does that have to do with setting a goal?
I think people would demonstrate if money rules them if they measure everything in terms of money
And
and
that
when
is what Dana
access
is
to certain
doing, measuring
things.
everything based on money.
I think
Bro,
I
tell
asked
the truth.
one
All right, guys,
question
stop.
and you decided
Please,
everything
please,
else
stop.
around it.
Gentlemen, stop. Help me out. Sorry. Be honest with me for a second.
Mhm.
Are you trolling? Because it's
I'm
Big
not.
really
man
good.
thing.
Are you trolling? This
I'm
is
not.
so good. You have to be doing this deliberately.
I'm not. But Dana upset me.
Why?
Dana upset me because Dana is telling me who consistently, because I remember years ago when I tweeted, hey, assume we're making 10 million a month, right? And people are laughing, and then I started doing
But
it like
nobody's
it's
laughing at
nothing.
that now.
Yeah, but
In
I'm
fact,
saying that's what I'm
I would say
trying to say.
I have defended you.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
People talk
painfully.
against him more. I must say, you can't say that about the man, you don't know him life.
Bro,
And
tell me
the
something.
money must show it. So I'm not
Here's
sure
what
how you're conflating that. Me never said about your 10 mil boss.
No, I'm
here's
not
what I don't
saying, bro.
understand. Here's what I don't
Listen to me
understand.
now. I
Here's
think
what I
you're
don't understand.
misunderstanding right now.
You listen to me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You a couple years ago, you were thinking you never had the money, but you put it out there. You want to actualize the thing. So you say, yo,
Yeah.
there's gonna come a time when I'm making 10 million a month.
Mm-hmm.
You got to the point as a Jamaican,
We're
you're
making more.
10 mil, more than 10 million a month,
Mm-hmm.
and you're still
So
thinking
had a
about
goal.
people.
No, but look at this now.
No, and you're still thinking about people.
No, you're not.
What big man thing?
I, guys, let's calm down, right? Let's be more. Let's be mature. Let's calm.
I'm laughing.
No, we're not. Alright, cool. I understand your guys' points, right? But just listen to me for a second, right? There comes a point where you make all this money in the world, right? And then you realize, hey, you can buy anything. You can go out and you do all of these things, right? These things, right? But it's just money, cause like it's money. Like you make it, you spend it, you make it, whatever, right? But and this is the thing why a lot of people don't truly, live a full life, or people get older and they're miserable, right? Because they'll spend all their life making all that money, but they're not experiencing it. They're not doing anything. They're not. They don't have good people around them to actually experience it with them. They're not providing opportunities for people around them. My ultimate goal is, because, for example, if it was money, right? If it was money, because even through the pandemic, I have staff, multiple different companies that, some businesses weren't making money and I was paying them out of pocket. You get me? I could have been like, let me lay on it off. Let me just lay on it off and then just pocket whatever money, right? But I understand the longer term vision of everything. You get me? And I understand that these are good people. It's great to have them in my corner, right? So let me see what solution I can actually find so that we can remain a family and grow. And then once we're growing, more and more money will come, because things will get better. You get me? But if I was just looking at...
Why do you keep saying that you're not measuring money, but every time you speak about your growth, you speak about more money?
Yeah, but look at this now. Look at this now. But because I'm not. I want to be in a position where I'm able to. And look at this, because if I want to be in a position. Let me just say this first. I want to be in a position where I'm able to, because without money you cannot afford certain things or certain luxuries of life, right? Yeah, and I understand that. But if I put a limit on it and be like, hey, I want to make $300,000 a month. You get me? I want to make $300,000. That $300,000, I have friends that I watch is $300,000 for them. You get me? So I put my goals based on just being able to always keep on leveling up, always keep on improving whatever I'm doing and building out different things so that I always have positive cash flow. So my goal is cash flow, and it's not a specific cash flow. It's more of a always scaling. So I'm scaling. I'm not looking at capital preservation. I'm not looking at, I want to make this exact figure. I'm always looking at consistently scaling, consistently growing, consistently establishing certain things, and consistently finding solutions to certain problems that might come up even before them come up. You get me? So my goal is to always find solutions, because once these solutions are found, money will come, yeah. But I'm not putting an exact figure to the money, because I understand, and this is something that I understand over time, after making so much money, that the less I focus on just the money part and the more I focus on improving my skill in a specific, or my understanding of a specific thing, is the more I will make. For example, with my trading, the moment I stop looking at the monetary value of certain things, I realized that my trading became way better and I started making way more money. You get me? Because I focused on just bettering my craft. Huh?
How did you know?
What's that?
How did you know?
How did I know what?
You say you stopped focusing on the money. That's when you started making more money.
No, how did I know when I start?
So how did you know you started making more money?
No, because I saw it coming in, but it's not say I would add that specific goal. When I made 200K in a day the first time, bro, I didn't even know I was going to make that 200K. I saw it on my phone. I was like, what the hell? You get me? This is the work that I've been putting in for months and for years. But I remember going from $50 to $100. I remember when I used to struggle to make consistent $100 days.
And now you're making more than 10 million a month and you're still thinking about people. My guy, I'm proud of
No,
you.
I
Come
say
to
anything
come
about
to
people just now more than
No, I'm
saying
saying it about people. Hear me out.
no.
I'm
It's
proud of
not
you.
about people.
I'm happy that you've made it.
Mhm.
I'm happy. I thought it was about people. I'm
That's
happy
all.
that you've made it. I'm happy that you've made it. I want you to actually make it in real life now. So come to grow. Everymickle.com
That
slash
the
GRWR.
disrespect of you saying that I'm not making it in real
I
life, but
don't
that is
doubt that
okay.
you're making it in real life. I just want you to understand the stock market because you're now here. It's now a market that
Yeah,
is
and I
putting
did
more
not
energy
say
into.
not. I did not say that. I did not say that.
Okay. And
Hey
I'm not
man,
saying
I
no.
pay
I'm
for your
saying
class
to
10 times,
okay, but we
right?
only need to do it once. Thank you, but only need to
Yeah,
do it
but I
once.
understand what you're saying, but you're saying that.
I just want, no,
Mhm.
I'm saying that it is confusing to me and people, and after a certain point, it doesn't make sense. So, what I'm saying to you here is, I get that you view it in a different way. I get that you've made a lot of money on the market, in the Forex market,
Mhm.
and you have businesses, and you're more about holy for other things. And I'm not against any of that. Congrats. But
Mhm.
after a certain point, it's not really making sense. So, big up. I'm happy that you joined. I'm happy that you're in the stock market now. I tell everybody who comes on and they seem confused, I tell them the same thing everymickle.com slash GRWR. Grow because I can help. But even if you don't want to grow, we do Brick Talk every week. And I want you to listen. I want you to learn. And I want you to make money on the market. I want everybody to make money. And I want to make money legally. And I want to make money happily. And I want to make money repeatedly. And I just want more people to get to where you are, where they can instead of making 10 mil a month. Even I am not
I
making
hear,
10 mil a month. So,
I
I
hear, man.
mean, big up, and best of luck.
And
As
Billy,
long
Then I,
as,
the best up, sorry for how me move, right? You see me? I know some kind of overreact. I can't hold it off more, right? So, this thing.
no, it's no disrespect to you guys either, and I understand that everybody have different views with certain things, and that's okay.
yeah, it's just
You get me?
it's good that you're on, and I'm happy that you're looking at the stock market now. But the stock market is a real place, and enough people afraid of the thing, and I don't want people to get the impression that it's a joke thing, all right? So for many people, the 65% that you like and have made and you don't think is enough yet, many people love them could make 65%
And
on
I
top of
know
their
that
money.
and I do. Let me say this first, right? I do
No,
apologize if I made
no man.
65% look
There's no,
like
no man. You're not. There's
it's not a lot.
never. No, 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 no. This is not the show to apologize for profit.
Hmm.
We're not here for that.
Yeah,
We congratulate profit.
yeah.
Congrats on it, and I want you to make a whole lot more. I want you to get to
Do
the
it.
$3 that you say you'd sell it. For the rest of the night, I just want to hear from
No, I would not
from.
sell at that amount. By the way, I
All
did
right, well,
not say
next
that.
week, Nick, come to grow, and next month you come tell us how you liked it and if it made sense. All right?
You know, I'm going to do it just to say,
Well, don't
I'm
just
going
do it
to.
to say you do it.
No, do it
Actually
for do
do it.
it.
No,
Do it
Actually
for do
do
it.
it.
I'm
Go
not.
with a
I'm not
learning, man.
saying. No, I'm not saying I'm doing it just to say. I'm doing it, because as I said, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
You
man,
get
do
me?
it,
And
please.
because I'm a reader, I read a lot. I have a lot of stuff that I've bought. Anybody I see that is offering certain type of value, I take my time to listen to them first, and then I see what they're saying, and then I try to understand your view as well. It's not just my view. I understand that it's not just
That's a
my view alone works.
that's a good approach. I respect
Yeah,
that. But what I'm doing now is because I kind of tired. I'm trying to wrap
yeah.
it. So
I
big up.
understand. I understand.
Thank you for coming on, and do grow, and we can talk about how you liked it or didn't like it after you've done it. I want everybody to do that, right? If you want to pay for 9 other people and you, go ahead and do it. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna say no to the money because I'm not at the level. I still need the money. My light bill still
Mm-hmm.
come every month. So big up, and we'll talk to you after grow. And I do want to just jump over to Mass Tom and V Park Dub same time just because we're wrapping it up now. I want to hear from both of you.
Yeah,
Mass
man.
Tom,
You
you've been
go.
waiting a while. What's up? Uncle Belly. Big up, P
Uncle
Belly.
Belly. Oh, go on, boss.
Don't I? If I go cool sometime, bro.
I know. Trust me, I know.
You know. Like as you start, but it just have to but they want to step in from them time. They could just kinda be like a bridge between what the two are gonna say. Um with Randy
And I
kind of have
agree.
Randy kind of have like the attempt to kind of temper those I want to say ego for like a better terms, but my view on the conversation a while ago, to be honest, it would have come in like say P Billy would have be. You ever watch a movie named Drumline?
Yep.
No, I know it though, but yeah.
Yeah. Him is a youth where you as much as it's separate, it's like a separate market. he technically does have whatever results, and is a thing that I would have checked in from multiple levels to say, okay, as much as there's a whole heap of fluff and Ray, when you peel back behind what he's showing, there's substance there. No,
in terms of forex.
yeah, like him forex
Oh,
marketing, he definitely does start with a little, end up with a lot more, and consistently over years. And I see how it happens. But
this is the most I believe that because I know it, because I know you.
no, man, that's why
I know
I
you
know,
in the
sir.
game, so yeah.
That's why I didn't want to come on for just making say I have a little inside track pan, like not even just him, but like people around him to say, all right, there is some proof of
Well,
Ray.
watch me
But
not master.
hold on. Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
Okay.
However, and I'm going to speak on this because what I would say is he doesn't necessarily probably have the structure. From I hear him mentioning equities. I don't know how much him in the equities game like that, but I don't think he has the structure to really define moves that he's making in the equities markets as probably he would maybe in the forex markets. So like him would start off with some things where kind of all right, yeah, I understand, and then him would make another comment where is like, as you say, like okay, there is definitely a fundamental misunderstanding based on the comment that he's making. But what I don't like is you can't completely there's a level of disdain that was going on between the two sides, but you can't really take it from him because on his side he is very successful at the aspect that he is currently in and teaching and all
Oh
of that
yeah,
stuff.
I agree.
Very successful on that side. So as much as we know that there are structures and there are definitions and words means things, and more than likely, I know why you're pushing the grower because I know that if he had that structure, based on if you even want to call what he does talent, to say, all right, maybe he's just a
Master,
talented
you
person.
want to hear something funny?
So,
Privately, I'll talk some of private conversation. Privately, I think part of why Dana is right to be annoyed because you don't know how many times people talking about P-Billy the wrong way, and I either me or Dana say, well, hold
I
on.
say, Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
listening to
I
them.
would imagine that because you guys understand.
Yes, and also you have to remember, in the space where we do things, we are not really heavily respected.
Okay.
So we had to face a lot of the typical industry looking down on us and saying, these guys don't know. It took years before I realized that most of the people looking down on us had no idea what they're doing. So when I see somebody else like him, I'm always leaving some room. I understand that I feel
Enough
like I feel
room,
the same way.
bro.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way about Tyrone. Somebody DM me, I say, yo, you bugger. That's not what they say. They use more colorful language. But they say,
Gotcha.
you always a defend and a talk about Ray, and look at it now. The same person where you have stick up for Ray. I get it because when he talks, I can tell you privately, then I say, listen, we always wonder, yo, he might actually be doing something good.
He says a
But
lot of
still,
things that I know that there's something there.
exactly.
My defense point often is he's not using the language that you want him to use to sound like the expert, but
Yeah, we
it
don't need
sounds a
that.
lot like Prophet.
Yeah, we don't need the fancy language. People make that misunderstanding all the time. We don't need that, nor do we look for it. But we look
What I
for
was grilling him
sense.
on is not that he's not doing what he's doing, bro. I'm the person defending him. I really think he is. You say it on BrickTalk more than once, but the specific part of what I think he's saying that boy, that's not showing a clear understanding of just the principle of doing certain things. What he was saying was contradicting what he was saying also. That's how that he was to me.
Him just have to make sense. Him just have to make sense. We don't always have to get it right. And I get it. I mean, people joke all the time, but I think it's always very funny or it's always surprising for people if them actually have a conversation about it. Whereas people can say that, yo, or it is real and some people are really good at it. So if you take it serious, some people are really, really good at it. But in the same way, the people that are good at it, if I went into the Forex space and I started to say some things that simply just never make sense. Oh, I need 3 pips to test a stop loss. It don't make sense, even though you're saying Forex terms. The next person would immediately know that this person has no idea what I'm talking about. But if somebody doesn't know anything about Forex,
You say,
oh,
yeah,
this
man,
guy,
that's,
you're saying
yeah.
Forex terms, right?
You might use the
In
right
the
word
same
though.
way, in the
Yeah.
same way, when we're talking about just raw investing, placing value, expecting greater value. If the man is saying things that doesn't match back to value becoming greater value, then it's not going to match back to investing, and so it's not going to be sensible. And I understand the struggle that I have, the same struggle I have. I struggle to pretend like I don't hear it. Yo, there's one earning season from literally 2 years ago where I did not call somebody on some rubbish because I was being nice, and to this day I regret it.
Bro.
To this day I regret it because not I was just being nice, and they said something that I generally don't agree. The sort of thing I usually cut. And to this day I regret it. So I can understand not wanting to do that again. But listen, we don't all have to agree with each other. The idea behind this space and lots of spaces is that all views can contend or come across respectfully. I like that he was willing to listen at least some of the time. It hurt me not listening to the sense. I think he thinks I want him to do the course because I want the 85 US. Do I want the 85 US? Hell yeah. My light bill comes every month. But do I need him to do it for that? No. I am literally thinking the same thing like you, Master. I'm literally thinking if this guy does grow and actually gets it, I am actually like I'm looking forward to see what comes out of that because
Oh
I have
yes.
seen other people who I've seen people come in thinking completely say, yo, this growth thing is a scam. You see them people, you see them get it, brother. You see when them get it, you see when it click to them, the things them do on the market. And I'm saying that from a position of having seen it, and I still see it all the time, and there are more people who get there every day. So if P-Bill is actually deadly at Forex, can you imagine when he understands the structure that grower brings? Can you imagine if you actually bring that to Forex? There's one guy in our group or grower group who started out in Forex, and actually after getting burned for a while, he did Forex for many years, I gather. After going for a while, him do grow, him do the stock market. And in DM everyone and say, yo, actually applying the things he learned from grow in the Forex market. And it's working for him.
Him show some play he made right after a play to go into another play. So him come out of the stock market with the money, go into the Forex, and then say he's going to pay for this next play I'm going to make.
Make the money and come back to the stock market with it. Now, can you imagine if somebody of P-Billy's supposed progress learns from that? That's all I want, Like I'm at the point where I have
I
seen
would
people that
if
people that put us down. People that put me down and say, "Oh, it's crap." I see them secretly listen and pay attention, and see them investing get better. And a one or two
and
or
say back what we
three.
are saying.
Yeah, I say about the same thing. They used to put me down for. Them start say it now. And am I bothered by that? Yeah, the Jamaican means bothered, but am I also happy that this person knows a little bit more about the market and learning now? Yeah, cause everybody learning, everybody better off. That's all I want, but I don't know. I'm happy that Danai was the one that was out of it tonight, so that I could manage myself and meet more. And big up P Billy, big up everybody who came on. Master, if you have anything else you want to say, Danai, you can finish saying what you said. When I'm done, I'll sign off and go to my bed and get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm jumping out pretty soon. But yo, Uncle Billy, what going? What you say?
No, man, that's all I was saying still. Like, I just feel like him probably don't, maybe it's just like that same kind of chip on the shoulder things that you guys might have had in the beginning with quote unquote or more seasoned investors before. I think that maybe that might be why him going, because like him saying that there's no link back to the money, and then he's bringing back the money to kind of show his measurement every time, and I'm like, he's like, yeah,
We can't
yeah,
we can't escape the money. That's
right,
that's the game. All game is
Yeah.
money. You
right, but yeah,
cannot
I
say
agree, but I feel like if he's even not even to just take it to the forex market, but I, as a man, will like deal with certain structure and thing. I know that once him have like, that's why I use back the movie Drumline, because the youth him could have drum like him can make the thing sound good, but he didn't understand like underlying concept to say, yo, okay, every time I do XYZ, this is how I approach every single time.
Damn, I should
That
watch
Yeah,
that
type of
movie
vibe.
again.
yeah, yeah. I get it. He was a natural drummer, but play by ear. He couldn't him not really learn to read it.
But it's funny. There's a lot of that in the forex space, and I think that's a big
Yep,
part of why a lot of structure doesn't get there. Or
yep.
this guy following this guy, and him know he, as far as he's concerned, this is how it works. This is like when you hear a man like him read that thing there. Him read it, him look on a chart, and him tell you the name of that formation, and he decides that it will always go so. But the guy who really know it, he knows it will go so until he stop going. So we'll find another pattern XYZ.
Yeah,
There's a lot of that in the forex space. Me know because I heard from a guy, whatever. The guys that are actually good, even if they
with the
haven't
trends.
defined a structure that they put out, there's something in them head behind it. If they were to
Yeah,
put if they were to put, yo, make this as efficient as possible, write it out, make it, that person be
Exactly.
deadly.
Hope him do it still.
I hope so for his
But
sake.
bless up
Yeah,
man
listen,
them.
Yeah, man, big up,
yeah, man, big up every time, but
big
to
up out
me,
thank you.
if I mean, every now and then, me and Randy say, oh, Jano, we don't want to look on the forex thing still, right?
Yeah, cause
If the
there's something
approach
there.
is there, if certain things are down and the person is very profitable, I'm very willing to learn from that person.
Yeah,
So we're not stock guys. Yeah, we are stock guys. We really like stocks. We really like equity. But if we're looking for money and it good somewhere else, it's not like we're only here just I know it's only stocks can make money. If we know what we do actually do with our money, we would never say that. Yeah. But people,
that's the thing. No, go ahead, and
oh
sorry.
yeah, I'm out. I am tired, and I don't think anybody else is upset that we're finishing not before 2 o'clock. So big up. not after 2 o'clock. Big up everybody.
Yeah.
Good night. Enjoy your weekends. Hope everything going good. And link me for a session if you think that. If you really want to know what's going on in the market, you want to. I'm not a teacher, but to grow up for that. But if you really want, I'll be getting out of that by the way, Randy. People
Whatever.
that so how the lesson go? People think, so I've been sending a lot of people back to grow. And so if you want to learn how to do it, go to Randy. If you want a path where we work out your goal, look at your goal, find what we can do best on the market to reach that goal, then link me, dhalladvisory.com, have a session there, and let's get this money.
Yeah, man,
Khalil
big
alive.
up Khalil Line. Yeah, I can only second what Dana is say. If you want to learn it, grow, everymaker.com/grow. If you want somebody to tell you what to do, bhalladvisory.com. And yeah, the money is there, people. The money is there to be made, and even if the money is not the point, but the money are the points. Right, that is what you can do when you get the money. You want financial freedom, then you have to have the financial
That's
part.
that's outside money.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? You want to worry about nothing in life, then you have to get the money, because don't worry about nothing in life. That's a simple truth. Um, big up. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will hear from you next week.
Big up on yourself.
All right,
Bill
yeah.
Berry.
Bless up, fellas.
Man, boy, I'm asleep and awake.
You miss the exciting part in the middle, but when you listen to the replay, you
Boy,
know.
yeah, that realize boy, I'm drop asleep. I mean, but your part there, though, like when it really starts, get excited at that part, the nose off.
Well, the replay is here for everybody. Enjoy,
Indeed.
and see you guys next week. Night,
Come on,
night.
people, best up.
Man, big up and stay safe, gents. That's up respect every time.
Uh,
Earning season, bro.